still wants to get so close to me. I don't even have any food. What up? Okay, bye.
At GamerGuy638 said hi.
Nice.
Lollipop said he. At Metalhead117JMM said hello.
I wasn't ready.
Herobrine60464 said hi. Tam96 said aloha.
Oh, that was a short intro. Jeez, I didn't.
Herobrine60464 said hi Pete.
Yo, hey everybody. I didn't check the time of that one. I grabbed an intro from a couple months ago and I forgot. Those were only like 20 or 30 seconds. I thought I had more time. I did not. I am here.
Lollipop said Pete is a professional streamer.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Tam96 said hee hee.
I'm a professional broadcaster or professional entertainer maybe, but I don't know if I'm a professional streamer just yet. Lola Tupaws almost had me thinking I was a professional streamer for like a few days there when she was coming in with, making it rain boatloads of cash day after day after day. I was like, this is amazing. I'm getting like 200 subscriptions a day over on Twitch and people are watching for like an hour at a time. And then I was like, oh no, it's actually just mostly Lola, which I highly appreciate. Here's Steve. Steve's here. I keep letting him come in because he's been handling it. But I was told that he knocked Petey the Penguin off of his perch. Hi, Steve. You can't lick the microphone. All right. One of these days it's going to go bad. One of these days it's going to knock absolutely everything over. But until then, I keep giving him the benefit of the doubt. Steve, you want to lay down and just be cool? That'd be nice.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
I see. I don't feel bad about having that sponsor run because it's mine. It's mine. Oh, I had something here I was going to play with, and he already stole it. It's under his butt. It's a big piece. Steve, does this feel good under your butt? There's some of my... Well, let's put you guys up while I dig for metal under Steve's butt. Where did it go? Hi, Steve. Well, we'll find it later, I guess. Anyway, it's the Blind Surfer Show. I'm here for the 7th day in a row. Oh, I'm getting messages already.
Tam96 said, do you also deliver to Germany?
So we just started delivering to Canada, and it costs like $30 to ship stuff to Canada. So I didn't even activate international shipping because it was just so ridiculous. I felt like it was an insult. I was like, that's just way too much. So right now we are not shipping.
Robert the Great One said, OMG, that emoji is hilarious.
Which emoji? I wonder which emoji you're playing
At
with.
Metalhead117JMM said, how are you?
I'm good, Metalhead. How's it going?
Tam96 said, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe someday when we become a multinational corporation. Wow, the end of the day just snuck up on me today. Last night, again, I ended up just falling asleep where I was because this vacation of bananas. I have not been taking it easy.
Angel 3 Fries said the dog emoji because of the doggy.
Oh, I wonder if you guys have you on Twitch. You guys have the super dog emoji. I already lost Steve. He got bored and ran away already.
Metalhead117JMM said I'm good.
What up, Metalhead?
Matt Hunker said, how was your day, Pete?
My day was crazy as usual.
Lollitwapas said Bachelor Week.
You'd think I would have done something a little more exciting, but instead I just worked around and worked like
Boggart the Great One
normal.
said Steve has abandoned us.
Yeah, Steve bolted immediately. I wonder if Petey the Penguin is still in his position or not, but I feel like Steve might have knocked him off, so I'll have to grab him and bring him closer to me in a little while.
Asks, how are your morning workouts going?
So this morning, because I fell asleep on a chaise lounge in the great room, which sounds
Matt
elegant,
Hunker said Pete is up.
but it wasn't elegant. I woke up.
Lollitwapas said Petey is on his perch.
Oh, good. All right, that's good. I got woken up by my first session. I got the ding like, "Here's your script." I was like, "Oh hell, I didn't know what time it was."
Bogart the Great One asks, do you need any more moderators?
So I think we've got quite a few moderators. Although I might need another moderator on TikTok. Oh, so here's a sneak preview as to something someone out there knows. Somebody out there knows what's going on with this. So what was that? Now I'm getting other random noises coming through. So yesterday, I feel like I was getting grumpy yesterday, and I knew this was going to happen. You do too many days in a row, and it's supposed to be fun. It's just that I mean, it is fun. I have a good time with you guys, but I've definitely I've been overworked this week, and so the questions were coming in last night, and I was like, stupid questions, stupid questions, and I know Joni was getting a little frustrated with some of the stupid questions, and I was getting grumpy at the end. You know what? I think I was okay with the questions. It was just when people started spamming at the end of the day. I think that's what set me off. But I was glad that my mobile rig worked. I got to take a walk and I got to go get some ice cream and I got to take you guys with me and I came back and I reset and I was happy. And of course today I spent half the day changing the entire mobile system for basically just to make my life complicated, but to make things sound a little bit better. So if we take a walk, I've got a whole nother system for that. But depending on what platform you're on, I think if you're on Twitch, Facebook, or TikTok, the title of the show is I Will Answer Anything. So anything you guys want to ask today, I will.
Ella Burger Watucci said by the promised day of judgment.
Yeah, Ella Burker Watucci.
At Spask said hi.
Hi, what's going on? So I'm going to be popping into the chat as regularly as usual, and I'm going to do my damnedest to answer any
At
and every question.
said, hey, nice to see you.
Hey, nice to be seen. I wish I could see you. That would be nice. But, no
At
such
Jimmy
luck.
Myers Q90 said there is a lot of
There's a lot of
12-year-old Cartmans on YouTube rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Okay. I wonder how we
At
got
Pup
those
Potty
long.
said hi waving hand emoji.
I have a actual waving hand going back at you. It is 1,000 degrees in here
At
today.
Amanda Keller 8859 said hey from Y.
Why? Where's why?
At Jenny said way odd odds up Pete.
It is me. Was that ABC Jenny or regular Jenny?
Lollitwapas said Pete turn your fan on.
Well, it is on.
At Tongue Y2D said hi.
I wasn't thinking ahead. The end of the day just kind of snuck up on me. I usually turn the air conditioning on up here about an hour and a half before the show. I just turned it on about a minute before the show. But I think it's hot everywhere. Lola before the show, I heard a message. She was saying too hot to cook. Actually, I think she said it's too hot to cool, but then she changed it to too hot to cook. And I feel that, because it is toasty around here today. I got an email today. It's which one I just pressed from some surf blogger, surf life blogger or something. My channel keeps coming up as one of the more popular surfing channels in the world, but it's. Talked about it before. It's not like the actual surfing publications. Like they're like, no, he's not a real surfer. He's just a blind guy who happens to surf. Jamie O'Brien is a real surfer, and John Florence is a real surfer, and these are the people that they want to talk to. But just because my channel comes up on it, I got this random. I don't even remember what the blog was, but surf blog guy, and he's like, what do you think of the fad that's going around right now called board short summer? Are you pissed off about it too? And I'm like, what? So I had to Google what the hell board short summer even was, and apparently it's a trend that a bunch of people who don't surf are dressing like surfers. And believe it or not, there are people in the surfing community who are upset about that. You're like, you shouldn't be able to dress like a surfer unless you're a surfer, man. Which is just it's so comically.
Says I used to watch him years ago and I found him.
No, you can.
1096 says you are also a real surfer. I don't know any of the others.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
1007 says how do you read the comments?
Just like that. There you go.
1007 says oh.
See, and I'm answering it with a smile. I read it just like that. I press that button, it pops up on the screen.
I didn't know fashion was owned by anyone.
I
other than
know.
Uniforms.
Hey, Lola Tupas and other
Guy
moderators.
says, isn't this guy blind?
Yeah, I am blind.
At Hirunaker 462 says Sir Eichless. Verses 1,
I
2,
mean,
3, 4.
That was the kind of ironic thing about them asking me about what I thought about fashion. It's like, blind guy don't really care. But hey mods, I did try and set up a chat bot today. I only set up one command, and if people ask how did you go blind? How did you go blind? It's difficult for me to answer that every time. Not difficult, it's just boring as hell telling the story. But if you, as a mod, I believe, go into the chat and enter !blind, it should spit out the answer.
Joni BC says be polite, no
What?
swearing, no
What?
spamming, no politics,
Oh,
no religion,
oh.
etc.
Wow, that was frightening.
Relatwapa says blind.
Accidentally.
Streamlabs says Pete was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called Stargardt's disease at the age of 8. He lost his vision slowly over time, considering himself legally blind until his late 30s when the disease had finished destroying most of his central vision, leaving him with just light sensitivity.
There you go.
At Jim and Ears Q9E says
It worked. Now, I don't know if it works.
Says blind.
I don't know if
Angel
it worked.
3 Fry says I had that idea. Smart.
So you can't, there's a 60,
spamming, politics and
there's a 60-second cooldown on it, so you can't blast it out. It just, you can do it once every minute. And I'm curious if that only shows up on Twitch. It's supposed to show up on Twitch and YouTube. I know it shows up on Twitch. I don't know if it shows up on YouTube as well, but you guys can tell me if that worked a little bit later, and I can try and focus on the show this evening. We're on YouTube, horizontal and vertical. All you vertical people, you should come on over to Twitch, where all the cool kids are, at Pete Gustin. Twitch, horizontal and vertical. TikTok, vertical. Facebook, horizontal. And if you do 200 bits or more on Twitch, your comment will get read. There you go, that was fast.
Bonovo_fan 2003 just followed.
Thank you, Bonovo. That's interesting. It's kind of funny to me how I get emailed. Yeah, oh, Lenovo. I just acted. I didn't mean to do that. So I actually got Lenovo fan. Yeah, so fan of Lenovo laptops or something. Some people, as soon as I get followed, I get notified. Yesterday's show, I was like, no one's following. What's going on? Monday is apparently a slow day for streaming. So we didn't get a whole lot of action in terms of new followers over on Twitch, but I did get woken up in the middle of the night. Someone at 2 or 3 in the morning decided to follow me, and my phone starts going doot. I reached my follower goal in the middle of the night on Twitch, which was kind of interesting. But I was saying if you do 200 bits or more on Twitch, your message will get read out loud automatically, instantaneously. If you do $3 or more super chat on YouTube, same result. Your message will get read out loud by the robot voice. I will hear it. Otherwise, you have to rely on me pressing this button over here, and the messages are supposed to start being read. Of course, there always seems to be some sort of a delay when I activate that. And then I get ants in my pants and I start reaching for the phone and
Not Jackson 7 says hello.
Hello, what's up, Not Jackson? You could be anybody if you're Not Jackson.
At Joni BC says Jimmy, that's falling into spam territory. I'm a mod, I got a handle on it.
Don't fall into
Zachary
spam
Bottom
territory, Jimmy.
Actually, 1730 says hi.
Hi, what's going on?
72,952 says hi.
Correct. Hi, lots of highs.
Jackson 7 says, but I can't be Jackson though.
Feel free.
Okay. 9412 says at official.angel21 sun
But
face with bags under eyes.
Jackson.
Face with bags under eyes.
That's the advantage to wearing. Oh, big Afro man. I was going to hear your message and I pressed the button. There's that delay thing. So I finally did when I got up this morning, and I immediately went into the booth and read my first session of the day. I decided to thank you for the follow over on YouTube, Blind Surfer on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday when I grumpily stormed out of here and walked out and went down to the kitchen. There was 3 large packages on top of my counter, and those were the packages that had been sent to me for a blind guy unboxing video, which of course I post every Saturday. I opened up all 3 of them today. One of them is, I swear you guys are just trying to kill me. You're all just trying to kill me. Oh, there's one in the other room. I hate it because when I walk away, you guys freak out. You're like, oh no, where did he go? Can you handle it for 20 seconds if I walk away and go grab? I should be unboxing the thing that I'm about to grab, but it was so complicated and so hard to my AI glasses couldn't read it. I have no idea what it is. This is one of the things that I opened. One thing was extraordinarily complicated. One thing was trying to kill me, and one thing confused the heck out of me. All right, I'm going to put the chat on. It's you guys' responsibility. People are going to be filtering.
Says nobody move. I will find you.
Yes, people are going to be filtering in and out.
So, says Slinky.
So
at Jim Ears Q9
stay.
Says I understand.
Stay.
At Eliza Johnson
Don't go anywhere.
Said hi.
I'll be right there.
Axel 1730 says
I'm
how
coming
was it being an Iraq video?
right back. I'm coming right back. I'm not leaving you. I'm just going to the other side of the room. I'm going to quickly see if I can find something, and I'm going to bring it back. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I got it. I'm coming back. I'm trying not to run because I don't want to crash
At
into
Johnny
all the
BC
stuff.
says you're good.
Wouldn't
Pete,
that
if
be
they can't
ironic? I
handle
blame
it, that's
Steve
on
for
them.
crashing into the stuff, and then I'm the one that crashes into it.
At Yashas put
All right, all right, all right. I'm
2871
back.
says hi.
Everybody freak out. Is it
At
gone?
Metalhead
Is it
117 JNM
over?
says, oh no, where'd
What
he go?
happened?
Lenovo fan 2003 says, how is everyone today?
Good Lenovo
Huxley
fan.
14 says hi.
Hi.
Garth the Great One says you are a real surfer. If a surfer isn't a person who surfs, then hand soap
Oh.
isn't real soap. Only bar soap can be real soap.
That's so. Let me.
Afro Man says, wow, it really reads my name. It normally reads a very weird name, lol.
I got Afro Man
Not the medic
because
60
I
says,
got
hey,
high.
Pete.
Because I got high.
Axel
Because I got
1730
high.
says, how was it being an Eric video?
Da, 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 da,
At
da,
someone
da.
N1 says, I miss him already. It's like he's still with us.
I'm back. I'm back. How was it being in an Iraq video? It was an experience. It was quite an experience going up there and seeing what like a real. In some respect, he was like a. It was a real channel, and he had like a creator house and all that stuff. It was very cool. But in another respect, they I was there as a blind guy, but I'm also there as like an announcer, and I had planned to do some like announcing stuff for them to like kind of, be like, hey, you also just happened to grab a guy that does movie trailers and TV promos and other announcements for a living. And they started filming, and there was no microphone on me. And me, I'm like fastidiously insane about trying to, when we're filming with other people, I might make sure everybody's mic'd up. Look at me, I'm double mic'd up. I got my Hollyland Lark Max 2 for the camera over there. I've got this microphone. And whenever anybody's around, I make sure to throw a microphone on them. But I started doing stuff, and one of the guys, I think it was Tyler, he like came running over and like threw a lav mic in front of me. I was like, yeah, like we're filming. I didn't even know we were filming. No one said anything, and no one mic'd me up. So, but other than that, I think the video came out kind of cool. I got to shave Beans's head, or at least give him like a bizarre haircut. Oh my God, I'm so hot already. And Steve putting his butt on me.
Soap isn't real soap.
Oh wow, that one's way behind.
Only bar soap can be real soap.
So the good chat lady is like way behind right now.
Said, wow, it really reads my name. It normally reads a very weird name, lol.
Yeah. That means the chat's going crazy.
Not the medic 60 said, hey, Pete.
Hey, not the medic.
Axel.A1730 said, how was it being an Iraq video?
Oh, that's why and so the thing I was talking about before is I got contacted by a surf blogger that was asking about what I was thinking about board short summer. I didn't respond. I didn't have time today, but I guess surfers are upset that people that aren't real surfers are dressing up like surfers. And like, I could care, especially now, I guess. I mean, I don't know, maybe if I could see. No, I wouldn't be that petty. But it made me think when I was a kid and I very first started getting into skateboarding. I got into skateboarding because I liked skateboarding. I'm talking about like, man, I started skating, I think when I was like 8. And I kind of just did it as like, I was a little kid with what they called it a little penis board at the time. One of those like little tiny boards. And mine was fiberglass. It was blue and white and had a little lightning bolt that my dad sketched onto or stenciled onto it. Wow, this thing's annoying. I just signed up for Business Suite, and it's like, oh man, huh. I think I posted something online that I didn't mean to post. Do you think I can't deal with that right now. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what the heck is what's going on. What was I saying? Oh, so like I always skated like from the time I was a little kid, and then all of a sudden skating became like counterculture, and they were like like being a skater was like being a rebel, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll do that, I guess. And I got my mom, when I got bigger, when I was no longer 8, my mom got me like a skateboard from Sears. This is gonna drive me nuts if this is what's gonna be going on tonight. I need to like. Oh, I'm getting like every message. I got to turn that off. How do you turn off notifications on your phone? Hold on, I'm going to put you guys on because I don't want to sit here the whole
It's
time.
1:43 a.m.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I want to turn off notifications on Business Suite. Oh, great. Now I'm getting Gmail.
Axel 1730 says, are you still in contact with him or have his number?
Eric?
says, I can't help ya with an iPhone.
I got it. I go to settings.
Watching your vids.
Hold on.
Search. Scan wallpaper.
Notifications.
Play as. Heading. Prioritize notifications. Row 7 to Amazon Music.
Amazon Music.
Lenovo fan 2003 says I have
Authenticator.
Carbon. Banner. Chase.
Oops.
Canva. Delete calendar. Business Suite.
Business Suite. I'm going to turn those notifications
Axel
off.
1730 says, are you still in contact with him or have his number erased? Julespriv09 says, are you ever annoyed being blind? Like, does it annoy you?
Yeah, it's annoying every
Ender
minute
Nerd
of every
77
day.
says, have a great day.
Being blind is super annoying.
At Joni BC
Trying to
says,
do
Chef
anything
Cook
and
skating
everything.
while blind is a big trick as it is.
So I got another skateboard, but I didn't get like a real skateboard, and I was skating like a Sears, like a department store skateboard, and I decided to go downtown to where all these other like quote unquote real skaters were. And I was like a preppy kid because I was in a kind of a preppy town and I was a competitive sailor, and so I skated in like just whatever sneakers I had, and my board was kind of crappy, and I remember I wore like a white Izod. Remember the Izod, like the little alligator shirt? It was, it had a collar, and like I showed up and kids immediately started, I was like trying to skateboard with the other kids, and they like immediately started making fun of my shirt. So I took my shirt off and I like threw it off to the side. I had like a little water bottle with me, and I was skateboarding with these like older kids, and I was actually pretty good because I've been skating since I was like a little kid, but they didn't like the way that I looked, so they were totally making fun of me. And when I went to retrieve my shirt at the end, one kid had taken my shirt, my Izod shirt, and shoved it down the grate of one of the sewer drains. And when I was complaining about that, another kid took my skateboard and threw it up in a tree. And they were like, "You're a poser." And I'm like, I was like, I don't know, like 12 or something like that. And I didn't know what a poser was. I went home and I asked my mom. There's no internet, so you can't, at this point, you can't like look stuff up online. I had no idea what a poser was. And so my mom and I, like, we look it up in the dictionary, and it's like one who poses. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But so yeah, I got made fun of for the opposite reason. I wasn't dressed skater enough. And then, of course, as the year went on, I decided if I wasn't going to get made fun of by the skate community, I had to go out and get some actual like skater gear. So I got some like even in the 80s, I got some like graphic tees or whatever, some Vans tees. And I used to skate Vision. Like a lot of my gear was Vision, which I thought was ironic even back then. I got myself some Airwalk sneakers, some Vision burnt sneakers. But yeah, the guy today reaching out to me, he's like, "What is your commentary on people dressing up like surfers that aren't really surfers?" And I guess if I have time to get back to him tonight, I'll be like, "I do not care. I don't care what people dress up as." But yeah, I had a rough time as a kid getting my stuff chucked in a tree and thrown down a storm drain. So I ran away because there was two things that I pulled out of a couple of boxes today. Did I break the chat, lady? It's so funny where sometimes I press that button and it like instantaneously starts reading it.
Petey the Penguin is taking a nap now. Petey the Penguin is taking a nap
Oh,
now.
did he get knocked over? Petey got knocked over? That's kind of a bummer.
Petey got Joni BC.
Wait, why isn't it actually...
Jerry just earned a 24-hour ban for being a jerk.
Oh, man, 24-hour ban for Jerry.
Twitch.
But why isn't it...
For Hunker. Screaming drag 0 and
There we
says
go.
hi.
There we go. Takes a second to get that guy going. I did hear that the... I did hear...
Joni BC says Pete has Stargardt's disease.
I do. And now you can give him the whole story if you do the exclamation mark blind. But then it's good and bad. Like you guys told me to like program that stuff in there. But then it just kind of means that the robot's going to be reading it out to me. So it saves you some typing, but then, I guess I can mute it while it's happening.
Says I don't know what that is.
It's a, I don't know, go ahead. You can hit exclamation mark blind. All depends what platform they're on though. They might not be able to see it. I don't know. We're trying out some new technology over here. So did I lose it already? So one of the things that I got in my blind guy unboxing today.
666 says, when you voiced Optimus Prime, did you ever get to talk to Peter Cullen?
No. I mean, the reason...
Web says blind.
The reason I had that you didn't do exclamation mark blind, and you might be on TikTok. If you're on TikTok and Facebook, it won't work. If you're on YouTube and Twitch,
Paul
it
Higgins
works.
6645 says, what's up, Pete?
What's up? What's going on, Paul? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, the reason that...
Cornelia Webb says blind. Bogart the Great One says it saves you from having to explain it with as many times as you've had to explain it. I would enjoy the break.
It worked. Yeah, it worked
Joni
for...
BC says RoboCop. We aren't doing jokes. We're having a conversation with Pete.
It worked when Lola tried it.
Maria says, hey, I didn't know you stream.
I do. I'm glad you found me.
On Twitch so far.
Oh, it doesn't work on YouTube? That's so annoying. I added YouTube as a moderator. I had a feeling there was going to be a problem with that. Well, whatever. The people on Twitch can do it, so I guess I won't pump that too hard because all the people on the other platforms are going to be...
2003 says, what does blind do?
very confused. If you're on Twitch and you
At
type in
Cornelia Webb
exclamation
says
mark
it's not
blind.
working.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Lalatwipos says
I think Lola, Lola
rare
has
genetic
jinxed.
disorder called Stargardt's
There
disease
we
at
go.
the age of 8. He lost his vision slowly over time, considering himself legally blind until his late 30s when the disease had finished destroying most of his central vision, leaving him with just light sensitivity.
There you go. So
Axel 1730 says, did Eric pay you? At Alyssa Brandt says hi. At Sarah Cam 7808 says, what do you mean, Pam?
I don't understand why people are like so obsessed with like how much I make doing things. Business, none ya business. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. What does it matter whether or not I got paid? So one of the things in one of the boxes that I got was this, and I didn't even begin to open it up. So this is, usually if Banana's around, I can double check if something is safe, but this thing felt bizarre to begin with. I think this might have been something mailed to me by Lola. I don't know what the hell it is. I was kind of afraid of it because I'm alone. I don't have someone to check. So there's a handful of stuff that's going to make it into a normal blind guy unboxing. But this thing, I kind of wanted.
Q9E says, I'm at work. Occasionally I have to do things. So I missed it.
That's okay.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says, Joni should write Pete's autobiography.
I know.
At
At this point.
says, hi everyone.
Hello. This is a blind guy unwrapping. No.
At Jimmy Q9E says, I have savantism.
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. It is magnesium oil for your sore muscles after you're done working out or surfing.
Wait, magnesium oil? Was I not supposed to? Did I just unwrap the whole? Did I just unwrap everything? I don't know. I think it might now be a naked bottle. I don't think that part was supposed to come off. So it's magnesium oil. Good thing I did. Good thing I asked. Good thing I double checked, because usually my default is to like spray stuff in my mouth or like taste it. And I don't think you're so this is safe. This is safe to put on my skin.
Lolatopause says that was an info paper you
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits. That was an info paper, you have the sticker on the bottle still.
Okay. Their sticker's not as cool as the sticker on the Blind Penguin soap, because the way that Banana does our sticker, it goes all the way around edge to edge, and I can tell that there's a gap. There's a gap between there and there on their bottle, so theirs isn't as good as ours. Where is ours? Steve's on it. Give me that bottle, Steve. So the Blind Penguin frothing hand soap, where's the seam? Seam's right there. And Banana is good. She's good with getting these stickers on there, like all the way around, absolutely perfectly. So, all right, this stuff is supposed to help with my sore muscles. I've never heard of magnesium spray. Should I do it? What I'm going to sore right now? I feel like I'm going to have to like take my clothes off to rub. My shoulder is always sore.
Lolatopause says the magnesium oil works like
Lolatopause just cheered 200 bits.
Yes.
The magnesium oil works like an Epsom salt bath without having to take a bath.
Ooh.
I like to apply it at night or after a workout.
What if I want to do it now? I feel like I want to do it now to figure out what it is. I mean, I was never going to figure this out though. In terms of blind guy unboxing.
Steve looks so comfortable.
Steve is probably
Rare
very
06
comfortable.
says donated $15.
I don't think you
Lolatopause says he
did.
can do it now.
Because it didn't actually do it. It just said it did. All right, hold on. Is anything going to come? Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3 little squirts. 1 little, 2 little.
Joni BC says wait until you have someone with you before you try it.
It did, well, too late now, Joni.
7808 says magnesium lotion is great for sleep.
Oh, yeah?
That Deef Good Eye 26 says hello.
You guys are going to put me to sleep?
Christopher Blankenship M605B says don't take your clothes off.
All right, Chris
Rare
Blankenship.
06
I'll
says
keep my
I'm
clothes
sorry.
on.
Lolatopause says also if you sprayed it in your mouth you wouldn't have permanent napped yourself. At
Um,
Mackinler 2345 says do you know what Skylanders is?
is it edible?
At
No, but I know what Highlanders are.
666 says random question, but when some people say you don't see the color black when you're blind you just see nothing, what does that mean? I've always wondered. Sorry if this comes across as insensitive.
No, it's not. It's just, it kind of drives me crazy. And then people continuously try to correct me about that. And like, how would you know? Like, I feel like I'm one of the very, very, very small, tiny percentage of people in the world that could actually answer that question, because I've been fully sighted as a little kid. Then I was legally blind for a long time, and now I can't see. So like, and then people try and argue with my definition of what does it mean to see nothing. Like, authority right here. I'm the one that can give you the answer. And everybody's like, oh, being blind is easy. Figuring out what it's like to see nothing is easy. You just close your eyes. And that is just, it's so so wrong. It's so entirely wrong. However, I just can't get people to understand why it's wrong. Now you can simulate, you know, the effect of being blind. Like if you wanted to try and find your way in your house and you wanted to be blind, you could close your eyes and then you try and find your way around. However, that entire time you're seeing mostly black. Now, if you close your eyes and put a light source in front of it, you can actually see, you know, it lightens up a little bit. And if the light source is bright enough and you hold your hand out in front, you can actually see the outline of your hand with your eyes closed. That is, if you have functioning eyeballs behind your eyes. Now, I've given a bunch of visual examples. I have videos of this that show it to people. So it's going to be a little hard without the visual example. But seeing nothing is seeing nothing. So when you close one eye, your brain is getting the input of black on that eye. And then you have your other eye open and it's seeing. And everybody's like, oh, well, you're blind in that left eye. You're not seeing anything. You are. You're seeing black. Now, I don't like this analogy that much or explanation. My hand's a little greasy now because it's hard for people to comprehend. But like a lot of people in the comment section will be like, seeing nothing is like looking out of your elbow. You don't see anything out of your elbow. And if you, I don't know, can you comprehend that? Can you understand that? So when my vision was, you know, my vision got eaten away from the inside out. The center was gone first. And you know, when I looked directly ahead of me, it's not like it was black. I didn't perceive black and then a bunch of stuff on the sides, blurry stuff on the sides. I literally saw nothing. It wasn't there. So if I had this slinky directly in front of my face and I'd go to look at the slinky, this is when I had no central vision and some peripheral vision. I would see some stuff off to the side and some stuff off to the side and nothing in the middle. It's like the universe got a bite taken out. It was just chomp and then almost like the sides got moved in. So I saw the side, and nothing in the middle. And then if you can imagine, as you lose more and more vision, that nothing becomes bigger. So I just had like edges. I could see like edges. And then now I've got nothing. Like actually nothing. It's not like black. I don't perceive the stuff that's in front of me. I don't know how to.
Sativ Good 26 says hello.
Hello. I feel like that's the best way that I can describe that. Smelling that magnesium oil. It doesn't smell. Doesn't smell like anything.
Angel 420 says, hey Lola, sorry I'm late.
How dare you be late? It's okay. It's you guys are, because I was actually.
Tony BC says the type of receptors in the eyes dictate what colors are seen.
I was actually thinking about.
Christopher Blankenship M605B says, who's being rude?
It wasn't
Figlin
me.
Hispin says, missing this live, but we'll catch up later.
Okay.
Lalatwipa says, no worries, Dank, we are cool here.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Maria says, how vividly do you remember colors?
Very, as far as I know, especially ever since Molly Burke told me that like the longer I'm blind, that I'm going to lose colors, like I'll forget them eventually. When she told me that, I like.
Black Jesus 313 says, yo, I think he's blind.
What's up, Black Jesus? How's it going? I can't tell. Sometimes in the comment section, people will be like, "Oh, gee, you're blind. I didn't know that." And it's like, you know, I have to say it a handful of times in certain videos, because if people are watching the video for the very first time, the videos aren't going to make any sense. I need to put that in a video to give some context. So yes, forgive me if I repeat that from time to time. But yeah, Molly, when she was up here, God, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Oop, what just happened there? I just heard the end of something.
At Black Jesus 313 said, yo, I think he's blind, lying face emoji.
Yeah, here we go. Molly told me that I would lose colors, like I would stop remembering colors. And I posted a video about that a while ago and I actually asked people, I'm like, give me.
Fangle 420 said, been playing therapist since I got home.
Banana does that a lot. Not with me, but like with everybody. There's some people out there that people like to just open up to. And then there's some people that like to listen.
At Lawful Concept asks, what was your first voiceover gig?
Oh God, my first voiceover gig. Huh. Geez, I don't know. I know the first station I ever get hired to work for was WHMH.
At 60T666 said, hey, from Australia, we got some good surf down here.
Yeah, well, I think it's getting good
Lauren Harrington
here right about now.
2484 said, light blue heart emoji, wing emoji, wing emoji.
That's a lot of emojis coming up. First voiceover. The first radio station that ever hired me to be the voice was Rockin' 101, WHMH in St. Cloud, Minnesota. What the hell was the very first job I ever did? I don't really remember. It's been so long. I think it might have been for like a local cell phone company. Anybody remember Cellular One? Anybody remember the fact that you used to have to pay per the minute to have a cell phone? I had one. I got a cell phone. I got an internship at a radio station in 1995. October of 1995 was my first internship, and in the beginning of 1996. Hold, please.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits. And you had to pay per text.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that's right. Oh, that thing keeps making noises on me. I forgot about that. I'm making noises because it was when I broke up with a girl. I had a girlfriend a long time ago, and we were on a cell phone plan together. And then we broke up, and I was like, whatever, no big deal. I didn't really I didn't run to cancel the plan of hers. But like as soon as we broke up, she started like texting other guys. Immediately, she didn't want to be single for more than 2 seconds. And it was like, you could pay like $60 a month and you get like 100 free texts. And then after that, it was like a dime per text. And so at the end of like the first month of us being broken up, I got this bill. It was like outrageous. It was like $380, and it was all text messages. I'm like, what the hell did you do? And I immediately canceled it. And then she thought I was the bad guy. She's like, I can't believe you're canceling this. I'm like, yeah, do you have any idea how much you just cost me? But the plan I had, I think it was Cellular One. So I needed to be on call. I've been on call my entire life. Whenever the radio station needed someone to come in, I wanted to be, I was a go-getter. I wanted to be the one that was available. So if the radio station had someone call out or there was an opportunity, I was like, call me, I'll come in. And so I started carrying a cell phone in 1996. And I think the plan was $30 a month for 10 minutes or something like that. So they'd call my cell phone, and they charged you by the quarter minute. So if you talked for 14 seconds, you got charged for a quarter minute. If you talked for 16 seconds, you got charged for a half minute. They always rounded up in their favor. And so people would call, and I'd grab my big brick phone out of my bag. And I'd be like, hey, talk quick. And they'd be like, John just called out. He can't make it today. Can you come in? I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there. Click. And then I'd be like, okay, I hope that was under 15 seconds. Because you would literally get charged by the quarter minute back in the day. And then also, if anybody remembers, long distance calling, you used to have to pay for long distance calling. I was in a relationship with a girl. I lived in Boston and she lived in DC, and we used to wait till you could pay like.
Tony VC says, glad you found it. I'm good here.
You could play like Sprint or AT&T to have
Eric
like
M
a
7808 says, who else remember free nights and weekends?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So nights and weekends were free. Like if I wanted to call my girlfriend, I had to wait until like after 7:00, and then we could talk after 7:00. But if I wanted to talk earlier, and in the beginning, she was mildly needy, and I also wanted to talk to her. And sometimes she'd like call me at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I'm like, this is costing like $1 a minute just to talk to you. I used to the radio station that I had an internship at, I used to sneak in there from time to time and make my long distance phone calls because I couldn't afford the like $1 a minute to talk to my Washington DC girlfriend. Now we just, send billions of unnecessary texts back and forth to each other saying absolutely nothing. And that's just the way the world is these days. We are on all platforms today. 7 days in a row. It got very busy on Sunday, and now I'm starting to think it wasn't anything in particular that I did. I feel like possibly what just happened on Sunday was a bunch of people were online because Spain had just won the World Cup, and I just happened to be there.
2003 says, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Should I speak more quietly?
Lola Tupos says, or you had to wait.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits. Or you had to wait until 9 p.m. to have all your long conversations.
Exactly, because it was just going to cost way too much. I feel like I'm going to have to like sing a jingle to that noise, because in order to get that read out loud, you have you have to pay, donate, give whatever 200 bits on Twitch. What is going on over here? Hold on, is he? All right, all right. I just want to make sure you're not eating Petey. And Lola's like the only one that does it. I feel like I should sing a jingle that goes with that little noise. It should be like Lola, 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 two paws, and then then it because I basically know it's her every time it makes the noise. I've been doing so many shows in a row because I was basically just trying to find the sweet spot. Like, where's the best place to do a show? Where's the best exposure? Like, where are the most people? How can we have the most interactive conversation? And I was actually thinking about doing a morning show, and I can hear all the mods being like, "No, we don't want to wake up." You don't have to. You don't. You guys don't have to. It is not
Well, I'm even
mandatory.
more
If I wake up ridiculously early one morning and decide to stream by myself, I will handle the chaos.
But
But
Art the Great One says, please tell me your ex was stuck with that massive $300 something phone bill.
no, she
At
was
Jim in Years
not.
Q9 he says, okay, thank you.
She just got mad at
Relatrika
me.
says you do not want to know me before noon.
But that's like banana in the morning. And I did, because I'm like good in the morning. Like I wake up and I'm good to go. Like, give me like 30 seconds. That's why I feel like I could do a morning show, which I'm kind of planning, depending on what time I wake up. I'm mildly planning. I might even do 2 tomorrow, and I might get nobody. But what I'm doing is just kind of gathering data, like going forward for the rest of my life when Banana is
At Sarah
actually
Cam
here.
7808 says you on your own with that one Pete.
Yeah, I figured when she's here and I'm like trying to figure out what's a
At Jockerman
reasonable.
says, hey Pete, cheers
Hey,
from Brazil.
what's up in Brazil? You guys have some amazing food. I've had some. What's it called when you do like the Brazilian buffet or something, and then they give you the.
Pugsley 14 says, where is Blind Pan?
They give.
At Ryan Lab.
I don't know, blind panda. They give you that little thing and you flip it over, and when green is on top, they keep bringing you more food, and then you flip it over and then they stop, like the red is on top, then they don't bring you any more food. Brazilian restaurants are where it's at. But yeah, I was thinking, because it's not that hard for me to wake up. Like if I wake up at 6, I could be on air at like 6:10. I still say on air because I'm a broadcaster at heart, and I guess I should say I'll be streaming by 6:10 because it doesn't. I'm fine in the morning. Like I'm up, I'm good. I'm a little groggy for a second, but I give Steve some of his food. I give Skylar one of her little treats, and then all right, I'm good to go. Banana for years was like, "Do not talk to me in the morning," and I'm like the slowest learner. I was like, why? Like, I got stuff to tell you about. We got like things that we got coming up in the day. And she just for years was like, do not talk to me in the morning. And then when I started surfing with Nisha, Nisha's worse than me in the morning. She's just up and like, yeah, we're gonna go surfing like crazy. And she used to come over to the house and just bring like her big time, like excited about life energy. And I think Banana one day she either told her or made me tell her, she's like, you can't have that much energy around me in the morning. Banana does not like functioning until she has had her coffee. Hey,
The Crow Flies High just followed.
thank you.
At my
The
name is
Crow
Amber Harris
Flies High.
5580 says, hi Pete.
Hi, how's it going? The Crow Flies High. Do other people not know the expression by the, what was it called? Now I can't think of it. It's making me think about when you're asking for a distance, like for one place or another, as the crow flies. I was trying to explain that, or I used that one the other day to Banana. She's like, what are you talking about? Like if you're trying to go from point A to point B, and rarely is it a straight line, like you go down Highland, then you go on Main, and then you go around Washington, you go around the Rotary, and then you finally end up there. Like that's like 4 miles, but as the crow flies, it's 2 miles across. I feel like I know like all sorts of nonsense expressions that I've always feel like I've known, and people look at me all the time like, what the hell does that mean? But as the crow flies, you're a bird. You don't have to follow streets and
At
paths. You
budgeting
can
with
just,
Crystal says, yo hi.
what's up, budgeting with Crystal? How's it going? You can just go from point A to point B if you're a bird. So yeah, I mean, if I wake up tomorrow morning and,
fan 2003 says, have a nice day or night. It's late in Germany, so bye.
oh, I don't think I knew you were all the way over in Germany, but thank you for stopping in.
says,
So,
I learned that the kids these days don't know what 10 to or quarter after means.
well, oh, really? Because they don't know like what a digital watch looks like, probably. We did that whole, for a long time, we were doing the old timey phrase game, and Banana had fun with
says,
that.
biggest.
Well, there's that one again, and you're off. I'm just not even going to address it this time. You have fun being a dink. Anyway, Yeah, we did the old timey phrase game, and Banana had fun with it, and we had a lot of calls. But the number, like, it was fun for the caller, and we had some fun with it. But the shows were like, we would get like 6 viewers, like no one was interested in that. But we would crack up like, oh my god, the words that people. I just realized I've been sitting here for like this entire time, just kind of like going like this. It's because I have this. It's because I have this slinky between my legs. That's what I've been playing with. That's what I've been grabbing between my legs. But maybe I should put that aside so it doesn't look like I'm doing something else this entire time. Oh, I guess Petey got knocked off his perch, so that view is not useful anymore. There we go. I'm just putting my slinky down. All the toys from the 80s. I remember. Let's see if the chat's under control and I can go back to it. If not, you're just gonna be quiet. That's that's on you if you want to ruin it.
Lalatwippa says Petey is taking a small nap.
Yeah,
Lenovo fan 2003 says, by the way, I doom scrolling too much. Joni
yeah.
BC says hello to you in Czechia.
The so Lenovo fan is over in Germany, and the lead guitarist for the band
Roll 6296 says we trust you.
Thank
King
you.
Bob YouTube says yay.
King Bob
Ad
YouTube,
Memoria
what's
says,
going
"Gotta
on?
Go. I'm glad
All
I
right,
found
but
your stream. It's 1:08 a.m. here in Portugal. I should be
Whoa.
sleeping already.
Yeah, but before you go, head on over to Twitch, give me a follow at Pete Gustin. That way the next time I go live, you will get notified. YouTube doesn't like notifying people. TikTok doesn't notify at all. The TikTok just like feeds me. It's just on the feed. So if people are scrolling, they like happen to come across it. But yeah, if you want to give me a follow on Twitch at Pete Gustin, you should be able to find me over there. But someone's getting a sub.
Lola Tupors gifted a tier 1 subscription to Lenovo_fan 2003.
There you go. From the western side of the United States all the way over to Germany, Lenovo fan, you just got yourself a free subscription paid for by Lola Tupors. Appreciate that, Lola. Thank you so much for rewarding my new viewers. Yeah, anybody wants to go over to Twitch and hit up at Pete Gustin, I think Lola probably still has a bunch of unclaimed subscriptions. Like there's a lot of them over there. Like she gave like a lifetime supply of them basically. But I was trying to tell Lenovo fan, my guitarist was German and he thought it'd be super fun.
Drago12345657 just followed.
So that's a Drago1. I don't know why it gave a funny pause there, but I'm wondering if it's Drago, like Ivan, or is it Drago, like Ivan Drago? But or it could be Dre Go One. I don't know. It's difficult with the stupid text to speech, but it's better to have a funny pronounced name than no name at all, I suppose. But my German guitarist thought it would be cool if we did Du Hast by Rammstein, and I learned that whole song. It's been like 15, probably 20 years since I sang it, but I learned it. He said my German was passable. Du hast. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hab nicht gesagt. I learned all the noises that my mouth is supposed to make, but I literally have no idea what I was saying in that song, other than du hast either means you have or you hate, depending on context. So the song is apparently
King Bob YouTube says who?
Kind of a clever.
Lenovo fan 2003 says it's very good.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty good. I mean, I basically just listened to the guys from Rammstein do the song, and I just kept like repeating back and forth, or repeating back, trying to get it. So back when I was working at Sirius.
Maria says I will make sure to follow you on Twitch.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Margarita Mitchell 1829
hello
says hi back Sarah Cam.
Oh, I thought she was going to say hello from beautiful British Columbia.
8742 says Rammstein is awesome.
Rammstein is awesome.
Lenovo fan 2003 says Du hast is you have.
It is you have. It can't be you hate.
Says glad to have you here, Lenovo.
I thought it was also you hate, depending on context. So what does du hast mich gefragt, du hab nicht gesagt mean? I don't even know what I'm saying. Willst du bist der Todesschein, den Treue sein für alle Tage. I'm surprised my brain's remembering that.
Says said hi.
I have no idea what I'm saying. I could be swearing in German for all I know.
Says what would you consider to be the highlight event of your career in voice acting? At Cinema Roll 6296 says what's your favorite stuff to sing?
I don't.
At Short Take 7.56 says what is a funny story Chine 66 that Banana doesn't know about?
Oh, I think Banana knows all my. Crap! I wanted to go back and hear what Lenovo was saying. Oh shoot, I lost it.
Some lyrics.
Oh, hold on. I got this one going.
At Junothegri at 4830 said flag emoji.
Oh, flag emoji. Oh, oh.
Black underscore
Starfire
Jesus
87.
313 just followed.
Thanks, Black Jesus. Thanks for coming over and following. I appreciate that.
313 just followed.
There we go. Oh man, I think that's
Namaria just followed.
oh, there's another one. There we go.
Namaria underscore just followed.
What did that one say? Lanaria. It made me think of Kelly Clarkson. Did you guys catch this concert that she was doing? Let's hear what this. It's going to be Lola.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you.
Lenovo asked if you wanted them to translate lyrics.
I mean, I guess I could. I never bothered to do it. No, you don't. I guess you don't have to do it. I could go online these days and be like, "What the hell am I saying?" Or "What are the lyrics to Du Hast?" I never thought about it. It was just more important to me to like get the words right. I mean, we weren't a very good band. There's a couple songs of mine that are still online. The band was called Penthouse J, just Penthouse space letter J. It's because the apartment that I was living in Manhattan at the time was at the top of the Adlon building, 200 West 54th Street. It was Joan Rivers' old apartment. I'm talking about like she was much younger and she had moved to Manhattan. She was just kind of like trying to find her way. That was the apartment that she lived in. I got it like many, many generations after her, but it was Penthouse J in the Adlon building right across the street from the Ed Sullivan Theater. So I named my band Penthouse J. And I mean, we were okay. It was electro rock music. I didn't have any major delusions of grandeur, but I think that my cover of Du Hast is probably online. I don't want everybody to, don't leave me. I don't want the numbers to die, but Penthouse J, Du Hast. And then there's another song that I was pretty proud of called Hellborn, Penthouse J, Hellborn. But I was going to tell you guys about, there were 3 questions people were asking. I didn't really have the answers to them. The thing in my career, that's an exciting noise right there.
Lola Topors gifted a tier 1 subscription to Numeria underscore.
Oh, it's Numeria. That's what it was saying. Numeria. It sounded like diarrhea the first time it said it, which made me think of Kelly Clarkson. Was it last night at her concert? She'd, like in the middle of her show, she said to everybody, she's like, "Oh my God, did you guys hear this today?" Like in the middle of her concert, she starts telling everybody that she thought that she had the lettuce disease. And she said to her entire audience, she's like, "It was the first time that after a show, I went back to my hotel room and was glad there wasn't a man there because I just made a mess out of everything." I was like, whoa, like quite the story to be telling your audience there. And now the lettuce people, this is the whole Psychosporialis thing that's causing explosive diarrhea. And of course, Taco Bell is getting blamed as being like restaurant zero for it. But the lettuce people are now saying that it was a false positive by the FDA, and the FDA saying, "No, we got it right." So, of course, the lettuce people don't want to take the hit for it, and of course, Taco Bell doesn't want to take the hit for it. But everybody's kind of pointing fingers at everybody else, trying to say, like, the the explosive diarrhea is your fault. Anyway, that wasn't even.
Lenovo in 2003 said, "I gotta fight my laugh quiet."
How do you fight your laugh quiet? That's okay. Someone asked earlier, the 3 questions rose. I think they asked.
Starfire 8742 said, "Yeah, geez, TMI LMAO."
I know, like up on stage, like I don't want to picture her up on. I don't. Yeah, she's up on stage being like a rock star, pop star, whatever you call it. Now I got to picture her in the bathroom destroying the thing. I'm like, that's not good. And then every time someone says the phrase "destroy the bathroom," I remember I haven't had a lot of jobs outside of the entertainment world. Like not,
Johnny BC said it was 1 false positive on 1 sample.
Yeah, and so now they're claiming they're like, well, they were all false.
7.56 said ticket emoji, ballet shoes emoji, bowling emoji, crutch emoji. Any advice for computer?
I don't have any advice for computer. I can't imagine what advice I would give a computer. Do a good job computing, Mr. Computer. So I've been in the entertainment field since I was 18, once I got to college and I got an internship at a radio station, then became a traffic reporter and a DJ and a production person, a creative director and voiceover person and all the other things I've done in media. But before that, I had a handful of jobs outside of the business. I was a junior sailing instructor when I was a kid. I was a short order cook. I used to cook hamburgers and hot dogs at a boat club and a snack bar. And then one year I was a maintenance guy. I was supposed to be the sailing instructor, because at the club that I had grown up at, we had a sailing team, and I was, I mean, inarguably for a number of years, the best sailor at the club. And of course, my vision was fading, but I had enough vision that I could, I could see my way around the lake and the ocean. I could compete, and I would beat everybody. I mean, I won ridiculous amounts of championships as a sailor. If I competed in the thing, I would usually win. And and so I kind of assumed my senior summer that I was going to be able to get the job as a sailing instructor, because I've been a junior instructor for a bunch of years. So I applied, and I didn't apply for any other jobs because I was like, well, I'm just going to be a sailing instructor. My cousins were sailing instructors, and that was the plan. But the guy running the program, Chuck, decided that it wouldn't work with me being legally blind and being a sailing instructor. And like, if I was trying to teach kids how to sail now, not being able to see, like, yeah, that I guess that wouldn't be a problem. But that at that period in time, I felt like I had just enough vision that I would have been able to be a good sailing instructor. Like kids' parents, moms and dads, were paying me to take their kids out for private lessons as it was. I was a very good sailor, and I would take kids out and I would teach them everything I knew. And I thought I would have made a good sailing instructor. But this guy, with my vision, he didn't think I'd be able to pull it off. So he denied me the position and gave it to somebody else. And I had no plan. No, it was, summer between high school and college, and and I needed to make money that summer. And so the only job that was available was to be a maintenance guy at that boat club. So they wouldn't let me teach kids how to sail, but they hired me to use like weed whackers, chainsaws, lawnmowers. I was the outside maintenance guy. Like, my job was to maintain the grounds. Hedge trimmers, like all this stuff. They're like, hey, you can't see, we don't want you teaching kids, but here, grab all this power equipment and have a good time. And so I was the outside maintenance guy. It was my job to take care of the grounds of this boat club. And my best friend, Jay, he was the inside maintenance guy. He used to help out with everything in the club and making sure that all the structures were working and everything. But one day, Jay called in sick. And then years later, he told me that he wasn't sick. He was just on a date with his girlfriend and didn't want to leave. I was like, you jerk. So the one day that I have to cover the inside maintenance, someone comes and gets me and they said, there's a problem in the bathroom. And I'm like, why? And I'm immediately thinking I'm just going to have to plunge. I'm like, I don't want to plunge someone's poop on my one day that I'm doing the inside stuff. And they're like, you're gonna want a mask. And I'm like, oh, all right, it's gonna be a stinky one, I'm sure. So I grabbed one of the masks. It was like one of those blue, way before 2020, before everybody had them. We had them in the maintenance closet, and I put one on. And now my vision, again, way better than it is now, but not great. And so I walk into this bathroom where there's a problem, and I'm seeing something wrong in the bathroom. Like, what am I even seeing? Like, it was white walls and like gray tiles, and hold on, I'll finish this. Just gotta make sure this doesn't work. Nope, that's just a stupid LinkedIn notification. But I'm seeing like speckles. I'm seeing like dots. Like the entire room is dotted. I'm like, what? I don't understand what I'm looking at. I don't get it. And then finally I start to realize, and then the person who got me, they're like, it's poop. There's poop everywhere. And like, why? It was on the mirrors, it was on the sink, it was on the walls, it was on the ceiling, it was on the floor, it was on the dividers between the toilets, it was on the urinal. It was every surface of the bathroom had speckled poop all over it. And I thought about it for a while because I was in the middle of it. And I went and I got gloves and I got the mask, and I ended up putting on a shirt that I was ready to throw away. And I covered up, and basically what I did is I grabbed the outside hose, ran it through the window, and then I just started spraying everywhere. And in the bathrooms, like in one of those bathrooms, there was a drain at the bottom of it, and then I had to scrub all the surface. This is the one day of my life where I was ever the inside maintenance guy responsible for cleaning. And what I think happened, this is what I put together while I was in there with my most disgusting day in history, And yes, I used bleach all over I think I went through like a half gallon of bleach. Like I bleached the whole place. And then I just told everybody it was like off limits for 24 hours, basically closed down the club. What I think happened was, I think some young kid had been swimming and either pooped his pants while he was in the pool or didn't quite make it to the toilet as he was running from the pool to the bathroom. And the best that I could figure was the kid took his poopy pants off in the middle of the room and just decided to swing it around and get all the poop out of there that he could. And then I think he probably ran them under the sink and then put his pants back on and went out and went along with the rest of his day. And because I don't understand how else that would happen. That story coming in the heels of someone asking me
she was there for a
my
while.
proudest moment of voice acting.
Lalachwipa says OMG, that's a hilarious image.
It was a disgusting
Tony
image.
BC says Pete, that's
Yes.
Picasso at work, also known as Vershmere. We had it happen every single season at Ren Fair.
That's
At
like a
Sam Carlinson
thing
one says lol.
that people actually, like, other people have done that. That is how people clean out their pants, by just spinning it around in a bathroom. That's pretty disgusting. Sorry, I left the chat off there for like every once in a while. I actually want to like be able to complete a thought and get through a story. So I turn the chat off and tell the whole story. And now you guys are back and you're
At
quiet
Cinema
again.
Roll 6296 says that was me, sorry. Lenovo Fan 2003 says I can't get it out my head. EWW.
I thought you went to bed,
At
Lenovo
King
fan.
Bob YouTube says hi, how are you? I'm from Czechia. It's 2 a.m. for me, so I will go to sleep as soon as you hear this. PS, love your videos and stories and you're looking good tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate
At Sarah
that.
Ann 444 says hi.
Hi, what's going on? So we got
Crowfish Eye
Czechia,
says kid is diabolical.
we got Germany.
At Victoria Gilbreath 3199 says hi.
Hi, Victoria.
At Sarah Ann 444 says hi.
Hi, Sarah Ann. Thanks for
The
coming in and
Glingersman
saying
says
hello.
I pooped my pants in kindergarten.
I have never
Lenovo
pooped my
Fan
pants.
2003 says not anymore.
Well, if I did, I blocked it out.
Oogaboogaioli says hi there.
And maybe when I was like a little
At
kid
Random
or something.
Viewer YT says hi.
Random viewer YT. I like that. I know what platform you're on. You're probably on YT.
Lalatwipa says welcome in at Oogaboogaioli.
Ooga Booga
At Sarah
Laoli.
Ann 444 says hi.
Hi, Sarah Ann. I think you just said hi a
At
second
Cinema
ago.
Roll 6296 says worst case scenario is that it's a serial poo flinger.
Oh, I mean, if that's like their...
At Cora Crawley 518 says hello.
Did you hear about the guy in Kansas earlier? Was it this week or over
Black
the
Jesus
weekend?
313 says have you always streamed? This is the first one I seen.
I haven't. I mean, not always. Like, when I was like a little kid, I didn't stream. When I was a teenager, I did not stream. I started like I had the channel. I started the channel in 2020, January 1st, 2020, and I think I went live like 2 or 3 times, just like out in the world trying to do stuff. But I think I've probably been doing this for about 2.5 years now, at least 2 years. But I just started taking it more seriously like this year, because I was basically about to quit social media. I was just done with it. I was spending a lot of time on it. Wasn't making any money with it. Speaking of which, if you guys would like to buy some Blind Penguin soap, that would help. blindpenguin.com. You can pick up your bottle of mystery, or you can pick up your box of mystery soaps and have a good time with it. blindpenguin.com. But I kind of decided I needed to change it up and do something different. So I've been going at it with the streaming, I would say most of this year at least. And I'm still, while Banana's away this week, I'm just doing like every day and doing different times and trying to figure out what works best. Cause I like this. Honestly, this is more fun for me than sometimes sitting around making shorts. The shorts gets a little repetitive after a while. And I'm a person who likes to change things up. But the guy in Kansas this week, we were talking about poop and toilets. How did I get there? I'm so proud of myself. I'm a streamer and I spread a good message and I talk about poop and toilets. But I forget the guy's name, but there was some dude in Kansas made like national news because he got to get rescued from one of those porta potties. He had gone into it and gotten himself stuck. And I guess like he was yelling and then people opened the door and they opened the door and no one was in there, but then he like poked his head out. He's like, I'm in here and I'm stuck. And like, can you imagine like walking into one of those porta potties and seeing someone's head come out of the toilet? And he had the people that maintained the porta potty, it was like Patriot Portable Toilets. I think there's the name of it, Patriot something. They had to come and cut him out. Like he couldn't, how do you get down there and then you can't get back out? But they had to cut open the thing and then get him out of there. and the local fire department, anytime someone needs to be rescued from anything, the local fire department showed up, hooked up their hose, and then sprayed the guy down. Which is just like, what did you do today, Joe? Oh, let me tell you about my day. And the whole reason was that he had, there has to be more to this story. There has to be. I don't know if you guys saw this one, but he said he went in there to retrieve a Mountain Dew bottle that he had lost the night before. And I am sure that the guy wasn't just waking up in the morning and being like, "Oh crap, I really want that Mountain Dew that I had." He must have had something in there. There was something in there that he had purchased or was getting ready to resell, I'm sure. And then he realized that after the concert or wherever the heck it went to, he's like, "Oh my God, I think I threw it down the toilet." So what could you possibly lose? What could you possibly
One
lose?
says, why would you get down there even?
Exactly. What could you possibly lose that you would
Lenovo Fan 2003 says, I have never laughed this much.
climb into a...
At Jim Emirs Q9E says, you are doing an excellent job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing an excellent
BC
job
says,
telling
"Thank
poo
you."
stories. Hey, Lenovo fan, I know another word in German outside of the words of Du hast. Scheitzer. This right here is the Scheitzer stream. It's all I've been talking about for the past 20 minutes. But like, what could you possibly... I can't imagine anything that I would climb into if I dropped it into a public toilet. My iPhone, no. I would definitely get another one. If I lost my wedding ring, which I keep forgetting to wear every stream, mine is not very expensive. The one I got, Bananas, is very expensive. I wonder if she lost hers, if she dropped hers down into a, I don't know, man. I feel like she'd want to go get it, but I can't imagine her doing it. And then I can't imagine being able to like look at her the same after she did. Maybe she could like pay someone to go get it or something like that. You ever been to Jamaica? Rick's Cafe is this famous place in Jamaica. Is it in Ocho Rios or Negril? I forget. I think it's in Ocho Rios, but you can sail to it or you can take a car to it, and you go to Rick's Cafe. This makes sense. I'm tying this all together. I'm not completely insane yet, but it's a place where you do a cliff jump. In fact, if you watch my video, Underestimate Me by Pete Gustin, video available on YouTube. Underestimate Me by Pete Gustin. There's a scene in that video where I'm jumping off a cliff and splash, and I go into the water. In that moment, that exact clip, I was wearing a Movado watch, and it clipped at the bottom. It had like the two clips together, and I hit the water like an idiot. I had my arms out, like I had my arms flailed out to the side, and the watch unclipped, came off my wrist, went to the bottom of the ocean. Now, it was a mildly expensive watch. Hey, look at that.
Yuki_Stano just followed.
Thank you, Yuki. I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Anybody else wants to be a part of the action on Twitch, follow me at Pete Gustin. You get your username read out loud. You get access to my super cool emojis, and you make me happy. That's a trifecta of awesomeness right there. But I hit the water with my arms out to the side. The clasp opened up. The watch went to the bottom of the ocean, and immediately... it's like there's kids that are watching for this. There's like a bunch of local Jamaica kids, and they're like, "Hey, do you want me to get your watch back?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he was like, whatever the price was, he's like, give me 100 and I'll look for it. Give me another 200 if I get it. And I was like, I don't know if I care that much, because I felt like I was just like, I already lost my watch. I felt like the kid was going to like take 100, and then I was going to be out a watch and $100. But as it turns out, that's what they actually do. Those kids, they go down there and they don't have any like snorkel gear or anything. And it's pretty far because you're jumping off like a 30-foot cliff and no one's hitting the ground in front of Rick's in Jamaica. And these kids will dive underneath, and they'll go down there and they'll grab all this stuff, and they will either sell it at the pawn shops or give it back to the owner, probably whichever makes them more money. But yeah, I was talking about retrieving stuff that you lost. I honestly can't think of anything that I would go into a public porta potty with to retrieve of mine. Like, okay, I just thought of one. I just thought the only thing I would ever go into a public porta potty to retrieve.
At Just Bite the Barnacle says, hey, it's my favorite blind guy.
Hey, cool. I'm your favorite blind guy. Do you have a lot of blind guys? Am I like top of a long list, or is it a short list? Like one
says
of two.
Lenovo, it's a mixed bag every night, lol.
Yeah, I mean, I
Cinema Roll 6296 says win-win, either free watch or they get paid.
Exactly. It's like not a bad gig. I've heard that they have to. I guess that there was like
Finland
something.
Vispin says, what if it was PD Penguin? Would you do it?
No. Oh, I'll tell you the thing that I would go and get. So if I was in the bathroom, in a public bathroom, and for some reason I had Skylar on my lap, my cute little 9.5 pound puppy, and if she fell into the toilet, I don't know. In this situation, I don't know why I'm in a public bathroom. I don't know why Skylar is on my lap. I mean, I do use her as my guide dog. Believe it or not, Skylar is a far, far, far superior guide dog to Steve. Steve just runs in a bunch of crazy directions and he goes all over the place and he smells a bunny and he wants to go after that. He sees a butterfly and he wants to chase that thing. Skylar, having grown up with Superdog as her big brother, even when we're in like, I mean, she's really good in familiar areas. Like if I have to walk down to the village right behind me, I always give Banana Steve and I hold Skylar because she beelines for like where we're supposed to go. And when she's darting left or right, she's totally avoiding obstacles. Like she is a really excellent guide dog. So if for some reason I decided to take Skylar into a public porta potty and then I don't know, maybe I sneezed and my legs went flying open and I lost my grip and then Skylar fell into the toilet, I suppose I would go in there to get her.
Saying, I respect
But
you,
I
grown up,
can't
most of us
imagine
are grown up, I think
anything
you will be
else
fine.
that I would ever go into a public toilet to try and find.
Lenovo Fan 2003 says either my humor is bad or it's actually funny.
Well, I hope it's
At
actually
Charges Fan Edit
funny.
says hello.
Hello, hello.
Okabugeoli says you seem like an awesome dude. Also, I think you mentioned this before, but is your dog next to you a guide dog or just a normal friend dog?
I was literally just talking about that. Like I just like 30 seconds ago, I just said, and I told the whole story last night.
Joy
But
says I sent your dad worked on cars and stuff. Did you ever mess with it?
but I did say I would answer anything, so I'll say it again. Steve's just my buddy. Tried to make him be a guide dog, but he's not good at it. So he's just my happy little buddy friend named Steve. My dad's entire life has been working in the car industry, and I never learned. I was pretty upset about the fact that I wasn't going to be able to drive. I was pretty upset that I was losing my eyesight. It's not great news to get, especially when you're a teenager. No good news. There's no good news when you're a teenager when it's something that's bad or going to make you different. And my dad was very, very much into cars, and he worked on them all the time, and he has a bunch of classic cars. And I knew I'd never be able to drive them. And I know, like, we have Trent who used to call when I was taking calls. Who's a blind guy that like knows how to work on cars. And I've actually spoken to a couple blind mechanics. So it's a thing. But I think I was just really upset about the fact that I was not going to be able to drive. And it made me just be like, F cars. Like, I'm not interested, like, just not interested in cars at all. So, I mean, it would have been good bonding for me and my dad, but it just, at the time, in my 15, 16-year-old brain, I just didn't want to invest my time and energy in learning how to operate or learning how to fix and maintain something that I'd never be able to operate. So I never got into the cars. Talking about digging for stuff, like what would you dig for? There was that guy who it was like what was it, like $200 million in Bitcoin, and he had it like on a thumb drive. It was either a thumb drive or a computer. This is a pretty popular story. But he spent like years going to the same dump where he knew that it got taken, and he was digging and digging and digging. He's digging through a dump trying to find the I think it was a hard drive. It was on the hard drive, like $300 million worth of Bitcoin, and he looked for years and years and years and never found it. I've been talking about like what would you jump into a public bathroom to get, and all I could think of was my little dog. Anything else? Nothing. There is no physical possession of mine that if I dropped it, I would do that to get it back. I don't lose a lot of stuff out in public. I don't have like a lot of like, oh, I remember I lost that thing. I do remember I had a pair of Oakleys. It might have been these exact, not these ones because these are my face. But I went to a mall and I bought a pair of brand new.
Johnny BC says I apologize to everyone here who have been following our basic guidelines. I don't like to interrupt chat with reminding a few people to be polite. I just want this to be a pleasant experience for all.
Yes, we like it when it's
At
pleasant.
James Gardner PZ3RL says hi.
Hi, James. I feel like you said hi before, but hi again.
Fan 2003 says for 16 viewers on Twitch we are all together.
Yeah, I mean, 16 is a little low. I'd like to get that up. Get it up. Let's get it up.
Q9E says thank you.
Head on over to Twitch. Follow at Pete Gustin. I'm kind of curious what the other platforms are doing. as I'm just sitting here relating bizarre stories. But I had bought a brand new pair of Oakleys.
Dank Angel 420 says I have a classic car and love it.
My dad, well, he has so many cars, I can't even remember. The first one he brought home was a 1971 Chevy Chevelle Super Sport 454, black with white stripes on the front and back. And I thought that was like the coolest car in history. But I had just bought a brand new pair of Oakleys. Now these things are like $180 or more. Back then, I think they were like 110. And I went to a Pizzeria Uno, which I thought was a national chain, but is not. It's definitely not here in California. I don't know if anybody knows what a Pizzeria Uno is, but it's Chicago-style deep dish pizza. And it's one of those like deep dishes that's like this deep. It's like crazy thick. And I went to the Uno with the glasses that I had, and I had not bought croquis for them yet, and I didn't want to put them up on top of my head because I didn't want the like my hair oil getting on them. So I gently took them and put them down on the table, and we ate our meal, and then we got up and paid, and we basically we walked away from the table, walked towards the hostess station, turned left, and started, like that's where the front door to the place was, and we, that, and all the light streaming in, I'm like, oh right, where are my glasses? So I was gone for, I don't know, like 8 or 9 seconds, and we get back, and the busboy is standing at the table. He's like there, and I'm like, hey, my glasses were on that table, and he's like, no, there were no glasses. I'm like, 100% there were glasses on that table, and I'm like, no one else could have grabbed. Now, see, you can't say no for certain. Like, there's a slight possibility that someone at the table behind me or next to me, that the moment I got up, they went like yoink. So that's a possibility, which is why I couldn't like throw a complete fit, because I guess anything is possible. But at the moment, it seemed to me like the guy standing, he had like a whole tray and a bunch of cleaning equipment and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, you definitely just grabbed him off the table and put him in your pocket or put him in that tray and like, I can't. I'm not a cop. I can't be like, let's search the guy. And I didn't get really loud, but it was enough of a commotion that the manager came over, and I was like, I left my glasses on this table. We walked to the front there, and then we walked back, and they were gone. And he's like, all right, Joe, whatever the guy's name was, he's like, Joe, did you see the glasses? And Joe's like, nope. And the manager's like, all right, well, he says he didn't see him, so there's nothing we can do. I'm like, that sucks. So I immediately, like, I bought the glasses because I needed them. I've always needed eye protection for a number of reasons. So immediately went back to the mall and bought the same exact glass. It was the shortest amount of time I've ever owned anything ever. Like, I got to wear them out of the mall into the Pizzeria Uno, and then and that was it. I got to wear them walking across a parking lot. And to this day, that bothered me. I also remember another thing I got stolen from me. It's like a fancy pen. I don't even know if people like own pens anymore, but for my cousin's wedding, he gave me a pen monogrammed with my name. It said Pete Gustin on it. And it was like a $200 pen. I can't remember the name. It was like one of those, like, oh, you have a quill, or, whatever the heck the name of it was. But I was in college, and it was a maroon pen with gold inlay, and it said Pete Gustin in gold on it. And I was at a FedEx ship store, and I was trying to mail something out, and I had the pen with me. I was so proud of the damn pen. Like, I knew I had to like fill something out. This is like when I could see well enough to actually fill out documents on my own. And so, we did the shipping, and I filled the thing out, and I had the boxes that I was going to ship on the ground. And so I put the pen down after I signed. I bent down to pick up the boxes. I stood up, and I put the boxes on the counter, and I'm like, where'd my pen go? Like, in the moment that I bent down, and the guy's like, there was no pen. I'm like, obviously there was a pen. Like, how did I fill that out? And he's like, well, you just use one of our pens. And I'm like, well, where are your pens? He's like, in the little thing over there. And like, 4 or 5 feet away, there were a bunch of pens in one of those like little cylinders. And I'm like, obviously I didn't use one of those. I used the one that was right here. And he just like totally was like, nope, there was no pen there. And it's so frustrating, like, knowing that the person in front of you just completely ripped you off. And like, that's garbage. So yeah, I've had glasses and a pen stolen from me in my life. And both of them, like, I knew who did it, but it's, when you can't prove it, I guess there's nothing you can do. What else was I thinking about before? Someone else. Oh, we were talking about everybody.
Lenovo says, sheesh, how big is your tank?
My tank. Oh, you're probably talking
Lenovo
about
Fan
gas prices.
2003 says, my dream car is a Dodge Charger.
Um,
At Jacob 442-2 said hi.
Hi, what's going on? I don't
At
think my
Joni
dad ever
BC
had a
says there was
Charger.
also your blind surfer wetsuit shirt that someone stole from you on the beach, the red one.
That one was kind of.
Yuki Starno says finally able to say hi after Twitch not verifying my number. So
Oh,
hi.
well, I don't. Well, maybe.
At Just Bite the Barnacle says that's
Hi.
insane.
It's kind of too bad your number didn't get verified, but you have to have a real number. Yeah, I did turn that on Twitch. You had to have like a verified phone number or email because random people that were showing up on Twitch were.
Lalatwipa says, Pete, we are having our private conversation on the chat over here.
You guys are talking about a
At
gas tank size, I guess.
8242 says, wow, that's rotten.
Yeah, it is.
At Margarita Mitchell 1829 says those people deserve the porta potty swim.
That would be good punishment.
7272 says I adopted a rescue mutt puppy as a pet, but she ended up becoming absolutely fantastic medical alert and assistance dog.
Nice.
Lalatwipa says, yes, Pete, we are.
Doggies are pretty amazing.
Sparkle Silver Fox Club says, be safe, stay hydrated with what you drink. See you later soon. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
All right, Sparkle Silver Fox
says,
Club.
Tank's car gets 8 miles to the gallon.
That's basically what my
Lenovo
dad's
Fan
cars were
2003
getting.
says, Pete, we are talking a little bit about cars or prices.
Yeah,
Mirimer 4978
Hey,
says,
it's
hi,
Riri's
Sarah.
here. Yeah, my dad's cars, all of his like classic cars used to same thing, like 6, 7, 8 gallons to the mile. You know, those things fire up the old 70 sports car, or big blocks. Boom, blah 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 blah, and then it's like, you know, there's a gallon of gas there, just starting the thing up. I was also thinking about, we were talking about, I somehow managed to keep Lenovo Fan sticking around talking about all the poop stories. Speaking of which, do I have any water? I thought I brought water in here. Where's my water? All right, there's my Slinky. Where is it? Damn it. I had a water bottle. Oh, there it is. Oh, I knocked it over. Come back. All right, there we go. I've been doing a lot of talking tonight, so I need my water. I need my agua. Yeah, so that guy that jumped into the porta potty to retrieve his Mountain Dew bottle, which I'm sure was full of Los Drogas, something like that. But there was a story like last summer or something like that. There was some guy who was hiding. This is gross stories. I don't know if I'm telling these. Some guy used to hide in the bottom of those porta potties. Where was he? He was like in North Carolina. I can't remember where it was, but some dude would hide in those porta potties and watch women, and they caught him because he snuck out one day and someone saw him sneaking out, and he used to like bring a tarp in there and he'd like lay on the tarp, and like, I mean, some people are weird. Some people are just wired all kinds of wrong. I remember I studied psychology. So I studied mass communication / advertising at Boston University, and I also studied psychology. And one of my favorite classes was abnormal psychology. And they were talking about innate attraction, like what are people innately attracted to? You know, whether you're a guy that's innately attracted to women or a guy that's attracted to guys, like what is your innate wiring? And they said that, you know, along with as many variations of human personality and physiology that you could think of, they could possibly exist. And there's just so many bizarre, like, you know, you think about that guy laying in the bottom of a porta potty, you're like, how could he? But that's the way that guy was wired, or he ended up wiring himself that way over time, I suppose. But we studied in class, or we read about a bunch of studies that people that were like turned on by or attracted to things, like what they were attracted to. Like there's this whole thing now, like the furries. I don't even know if it's new, but it's new to me. You know, people that are like attracted to other people dressed up like animals in furry costumes or something like that. Like obviously that triggers something in their brain that they're like, ooh. You know, me growing up as a kid, when I was like 13 years old, the first time someone showed me a Victoria's Secret catalog, I was like, ooh, like it just, you know, like naturally like, well, okay, that's what works for my brain. But in this abnormal psychology class, we read a study of a guy that was extraordinarily turned on by bedposts. Yeah, that's what I said. Bedposts. So he was being treated for his addiction to bedposts. Like he would collect them. He had them all over his house. Like him having a bunch of bedposts around his house would be like me having a harem of 1990s Victoria's Secret models like laying around my house all the time or something like that. So as many variations as you could imagine. Like, and then how do how do you even explain that? I feel like that one you could just like, if people come over, you'd be like, I'm a woodworker. That's why I have those here and I'm going to sell them. And then people might notice that, hey, you haven't been selling them. Uh, why do you have 500 bedposts in your
Says
house?
Ad Remiring
I
Tale
have no idea how I keep getting these topics. You
7272.
guys
I was
keep
so
asking me stuff.
lucky.
And then I,
Ad Matejabron 3983 says Dad's doing good. He came by my work yesterday with my nephew who is going to college in our area. Tomorrow is my night for dinner with him.
when you guys start having like
Stanton's
side
Angel 420
conversations,
says Weird Pete was in that movie lol.
what
At
movie?
Bevan11 says I'm asking you nicely, how did you lost your eyes and unable to see anything?
All right, Bevan 11. Is Lola about to hit exclamation mark blind? Did she just do it? No, it's
At
not.
Vinny0999 says, hey Pete, fun fact. My
Yeah.
great-grandfather was named Pedro, and we called him Pete.
Cool.
At
Cool.
James Gardner PZ3RL says, how was your day-to-day chat?
Pedro is Pete. Pete is
Lalatropos says
Pedro.
blind. Streamlabs says Pete was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called Stargardt's disease at the age of 8. He lost his vision slowly over time, considering himself legally blind until his late 30s when the disease had finished destroying most of his central vision, leaving him with just light sensitivity.
There you go. That's how I lost my eyesight.
Blazika0127 says hi.
Hi.
At
Hello.
Remiring Tale 7272 says, as a furry I gotta say it's not about attraction but rather a hobby or community for people who like cartoons and animal characters, mostly about self-expression.
Okay.
Lenovo Fan 2003 says the theme of the chat can change fast lol.
Sorry to
At
mischaracterize.
Sam Carlinson 1 said hi.
Hi. I don't know
At
a lot
Alan
about.
8242 says blind. At the Dupe says, oh shoot, I've never caught you live before.
There's
I
a
love
60.
you, truly.
Well, that's awesome. It's good to be loved. That's why I'm here, just for the adoration. There's a cooldown on the exclamation mark blind, and it only works on Twitch, apparently.
0127 says, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazeballs. As I came into the show tonight, I came in saying, like, I'm going to answer all the questions. I'm going to be I got all frustrated last night. And it was the people that were, like, spamming stuff, and then we couldn't, like...
Angel 420 says, furries?
Yeah, I don't...
LMP Wolf Queen 94 says, hey, I love your videos. It makes my day.
That's good to hear. I appreciate that. Whoa, hi, Steve. Whoa, okay, just pushing up on me. Yeah, he actually put his head next to me for the first time ever.
Igorage says, Pete, I'm very sorry I got the whole car thing started and now the chat won't quit talking about the car
I
things
know.
and you're not interested in cars.
I feel like I should be doing
Lenovo Fan 2003 says, wait, what?
I feel like I should be doing a car podcast.
259 says, hi, Pete, I'm blind too.
Well,
At
welcome
Master
to our
Pincer
crappy
says, just
club.
watched your Moana short. It was a cool fun fact. Thanks, and you are so cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lalatropos says, don't joke about furries. They run the whole wide world web.
Apparently...
At Joni BC says,
I'm not...
Remiring Tale. That's
I'm not...
my understanding of the community. There's a subset that goes another direction. But
I'm not joking about the furries. I just honestly don't know anything about it. Although I know that when there was like a furry convention out here in San Diego not that long ago, it was like hot as balls out here, and everybody was down there. There was like hundreds and hundreds of them running around in their costumes. I'm like, that's just got to be super duper ridiculously hot. It just seems like it'd be kind of uncomfortable to me. Someone was it? My brain is. I've been working on very little sleep for a very long time, and I honestly can't remember if this was a dream or if it actually happened. But I feel like someone told me I would have made a good furry dragon. I was like, okay, good to know. I wonder if like anything about your physiological self makes you determine which animal you are, or is just which animal you feel like. And do people, like, if you are, just say you're a gopher. Are you always a gopher? Does everybody know you as the gopher? Or can you be like a gopher on Monday and a kangaroo on Tuesday and a puffalump on like Saturday? I don't know anything about it.
Soul cat.
It's way outside my wheelhouse.
Says, Pete, I'm sorry, 2 things I can talk about all day. Jesus in cars, lol.
Okay. Well, I'm not good at talking about either of those.
My favorite meal is McDonald's.
I'm not gonna hate on you for that.
Angel 420 says it's always a cool animal, lol. Yuki Starno says, LOL, I hate when you can't know if something is real or a dream.
Yeah, I know.
Kimbo 14 says,
this whole week
I can't
is...
stay long. I'm helping my friend with his car. Dude, hit him today.
Shut up. You're actually helping with a car? Like, is that real, or are you just like trolling me because everybody's talking about cars right now? Speaking of animal, like whatever animal sings to you, I'll never forget this. I'll never forget. It was just such a, like, I was like, why does my brain work differently than everybody else's? First grade, we had to write a, you know, you get those like little blue books. I don't even think it was a whole blue book. It was like one page, basically, like write about an animal. And you could write about any, so, you know, someone raised their hand, like, what animal? And like, any animal. And so, you know, everybody went home, the homework assignment, you know, write about any animal. And I was like the first kid that read mine. And I don't know why, you know, 5 or 6 years old, however old you are in first grade. I feel like Steve's head is hanging off the couch here. I decided to write about. Anybody want to take a guess? If you
Wash
guys
my
aren't,
nose and test my
if you
hands.
guys aren't too busy
At
talking
Blizzard
about
Wizard
Jesus and cars.
8318 says, oh yeah, about the fursuits you can just get just the head. You can also get just the head or the paws too, so it basically just looks like a person with a costume head.
Okay, I guess
At
that
Wrathful
makes
Soda
it so you're not as hot.
633 says, I've actually pet penguin.
I pet a
Kimbo
penguin.
14 says same. He only hit his knee jumping over the guardrail after the class.
Did you ever see
At
the
Devin 11
video?
says, when did you film your first video on YouTube?
Did you see the video of me petting a penguin? They have feathers. They literally have feathers. And then the penguin pooped on me too. When did I film my first video on YouTube? Here's a super chat. Let's see what that has to say.
At MadeJabBrown
Hi,
3983
Matea.
tip $5 through Super Chat. You mentioned a Slinky. Did you do an unboxing?
I did. Was that from you? I did a whole where is the Slinky? I moved it because I was like playing with it too much. I think I put it down by my feet. I don't know where I put it. It would be easy if I could look. Oh, there we go. Fired off my intro music by accident. Where is that coming from? There we go. I filmed my first video on this channel on January 1st, 2020. And I had a whole nother channel where I was filming stuff like, I was like an early YouTuber. I actually had a very early viral video called World's Fastest Texter, ? And it had like hundreds of thousands of views, except I didn't know anything about, did I lose Steve? Oh no, he's still there. YouTube. I didn't know what it, I just put it up there because it was fun. Like I was bored one day. I like filmed it on my flip phone and everything. World's Fastest Texter. And I think it's like 2000, God, like 7, 8, 9. I don't know. It's a really old video. Then I actually hosted a couple of shows. They've all been deleted since, but I hosted a show called The Catch Up for the radio station I worked for, WEEI. It was a daily show, and I would talk about like the most popular, the 3 top stories in sports from that day. And then I hosted a show called The Pop Up, which I was doing about like the most popular pop stories of the day. And I wasn't very good, I guess, because those channels did not
Hedonist
take.
Julian just followed.
Thanks, Hedonist Julian. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the Twitch community. That is at Pete Gustin on Twitch, where all the cool text-to-speech stuff happens. I'm guessing Matea gave me that super chat because she was asking about this Slinky because possibly she's the one that sent it. So this Slinky, you're going to see it in the unboxing this Saturday. This one feels bigger than the Slinkies I had when I was a kid, but it smells the same. That kind of like weird, not just metallic, but like kind of metallic weirdness to it. And I did have some fun. Once I figured out what the heck it was, I had some trouble getting it out of the box. Once I figured out what it was. What was that? Something about an intro, which I did not hear.
Said,
Adlin
yeah,
Jagerich says,
about
yet
the
I can't run
fursuits
a
you
side
can just get just
conversation.
the head.
What did I just do?
You can also get just the head or the paws
Oh,
too,
that's
so
way
it
behind.
basically just looks like a person with a costume head.
That's Jenny, the chat lady, and she's running behind because.
At Wrathful Soda 633 said, I've actually pet penguin.
Okay, yeah, that was like 5 minutes ago. How'd they get so far
Kimbo
behind?
14 said same.
This one is so far
He only hit his
behind.
knee jumping over the guardrail.
Yeah, that's a while ago. This one runs far behind because it's going a little slower. I feel like everybody like probably appreciates the way that voice sounds, but because it's going slower, it ends at like when there's a busy chat.
3 said okay.
Okay, when there's a busy
I'm gonna
chat.
go for real now.
No, you're
because
not.
it's 2:53 a.m. Have a nice rest stream.
Yeah, but what do you think? You're going to fall asleep?
Bye-bye.
You're going to close your eyes and fall asleep? What about
At Red Team WICSO said, hi, you're one of my favorite YouTubers.
I probably already lost that person.
At Miller Halderson asks, hi, what state do you live in?
Hi, Miller Halderson. It's funny. Sometimes people are like, are you in Florida? I'm like, no, man. I'm in Southern California is where I am. And what the heck was I? Oh, so yeah. If this came from you, Matea, I appreciate it. Lola, I believe, sent one thing that oh no, I lost my phone. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh, all right. One of the networks wants me to audition for something. I'll do that after the show. Everybody wish me luck. Hope I get that job. I'm constantly auditioning. Like I have a long laundry list of clients that I work with on retainer, but I'm always, because, you can lose, and I do lose clients fast. It's, people cycle through. So I audition for a lot of stuff every day. So it's important to me to do well. So after the show, I'm going to hop on the microphone. I'm going to audition for that big 3-letter network, and hopefully we can get that one. See that?
Tony BC says to Jerdrigan, he uses text to speech, he doesn't read Braille.
Yeah. What? We're asking if I do the chat through Braille. That would be so weird, like a Braille chat. I don't know how that would work. Someone like 5 minutes ago said that they pet a penguin. I was talking about the little penguin that I pet. One of these days I'm gonna have to repurpose that video when the penguin poops on me. I'm gonna have to do it to promote blind penguin frothing hand soap, which I was trying to see if I could. I wasn't posting any shorts about it in the past few days because I've only got like a small stack of boxes.
7710 says peace.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.
At Card Sousa says I understand, but I feel like M5 and I just owe Mabby Sell a bunch of random names like John David Jake ECT so we can get our names and move into our Emma ECT.
Why was that supposed
At
to make sense?
0999 says Pete. Has
Yo.
your TTS ever goofed up? Love the videos, dude.
Baggy Shorts 14 just followed.
Thanks, Baggy Shorts. I appreciate the follow.
At Made Jab Brown 3983 tip $5 through Super Chat. It was me that gave you that.
All right.
The other was delivered yesterday.
There's two things down at the UPS store that I'm supposed to grab, but I don't have. But Nisha offered to come by and do some stuff with me today, like if I needed anything, and I was gonna bother her to take me down to the UPS store, but I didn't want to utilize a favor for that. So Banana comes back to town shortly.
Surfing Canadian just followed.
That might be my very first surfer follower ever. Like I swear ever. For I got the YouTube channel Blind Surfer with 2.5 million followers plus, and I don't know if there's any other person that has the word surfer in their username that has followed me. So Surfing Canadian, thank you. I'm glad to have you over here on Twitch. See if we get some more people to do that tonight. There's two things that I would like to get. Well, outside of the fun and the community and all the good stuff, the two tangible things that I would like to do as I do these shows is get more people to move on over to Twitch because I want to grow that community. And then I want someone, because now I'm starting to feel like a loser. Like Banana and I had all these boxes of Blind Penguin frothing hand soap, and I've intentionally not been promoting them on shorts because I didn't want to. First day we had sold 4 times more than we had on hand, but I have enough on hand that if a few people want to grab them before Banana gets back, I'd be able to ship them out in the next day or so. But blindpenguin.com, you can click over there and grab yourself a mystery box and have some fun with it. And Matea, thank you for this. Lola, thank you for the stuff you sent. I think a couple of them were so complicated. It's Lola probably.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. We are awesome over here on Twitch.
Totally.
Only cool kids allowed over on Twitch.
Definitely all the cool kids. I keep thinking like one of these, like it's not like, I like the YouTube shorts that it shows this to so many people, but I watched the retention time last night. So I did a 2-hour and 13-minute stream last night, and the retention time on shorts was like 48 seconds. I'm like, well, that is a short period of time. And the retention time on Twitch was actually closer to an hour. So those people are in it they're there for the long form stuff. And that's why I feel like I keep trying to filter people over there. Like, if this is fun, if you're enjoying this, if you like my stories, or you appreciate the fact that I answer questions, or if you like anything that I've ever done on social media and just kind of want to be a part of the whole thing, and you follow over on Twitch, that's where the community gets built up. The stuff that Lola sent was so confusing that I'm going to have to take it down to the beach with Nisha this weekend, and she can help me figure out what it is. But those are usually pretty fun. A lot of times when I show up, you've seen I do the blind guy unboxing. A lot of the time it's in the booth exclusively. And then other times I like start in the booth and then I get stumped. I'm like, I got to go get some help with this one. And then Nisha and I, because she's the one I surf with on the weekends, she usually helps me figure out what it is.
At Card
I remember
Sousa
that
says,
person
okay,
sent me a
talk later.
rocket
Thank you
one
for your
time.
move work. I think
Did you guys see
I
that
heard
one?
you my whole life.
Your whole life. I mean, I guess it's possible. I have been doing this for a while.
Lalatwipa says, LOL, I'm glad you're confused by it, but you will love using it.
It's some like
Black Jesus 313 says, ate him out. Hopefully I catch you next stream.
it's that literally started by saying ate him out. But I think the 8 was part of something else, and they said I'm out.
2003 says, I know I still been here. Now
yeah.
I'm going to sleep.
No, you're not.
Nope.
Nope.
This content.
Nope.
See you next time for real now.
Nope, you're not leaving. You're gonna stay here.
Third says, I didn't know that he streamed. I've been watching him on YT for years.
This is what I keep saying.
At Joni BC says, Cooper, you practice.
That's how you get better at anything. Something just happened.
We reached our followers goal of 730.
That's
Thank
pretty
you,
awesome.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. I feel like I should have set a higher goal. They keep telling me so so that's the follower goal. I keep setting like these reasonable little goals on Twitch, and I tell you, last night I hit 720 at like 2 a.m, and the people I'm working with at Twitch, they're like, set small goals so that your audience can see them and reach them and feel good about it. And I'm like, that's cool. So I think we got 10 during this stream or something like that. I wonder what happened if I set like a really high goal. Like, what if I set it to 800 and I needed 75? Would that encourage like all sorts of people to come over? Like that last person who was just on YouTube was like, I didn't know he streamed. Like, I've been streaming on YouTube for way longer than I streamed on Twitch. And I just realized that no one ever got notified. Like, basically everybody that comes across, if you're on YouTube right now, if you're looking at me on Shorts, hi, hello there. There's a nice close up. There's a side view. There's if you're on the vertical, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I had Petey the Penguin over there, and Steve knocked him over, and he's just laying across it right now. But if you feel like you'd like to see this again, and not just have it, show up on your Shorts feed for like 5 seconds, head on over to Twitch and follow at Pete Gustin. That's kind of cool that we hit the. That was so that noise that you just heard, that we reached a follower goal of 730. That's what my phone did to me in the middle of the night last night, like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was passed out asleep on a chaise lounge downstairs, and all of a sudden my phone's like, you reached a follower goal. And I was like, I feel like I'm dreaming because this seems weird and I'm not sure what just happened. Usually people don't.
Borang BLT just followed.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. See, getting some people coming on over there. Now we're at 731. I'm gonna get to 10,000, one person at a time. I swear it.
Lola Tupors just cheered 200 bits. If you follow Pete on Twitch, we can find each other again.
It's true. That's the whole thing. You can never find each other again.
Aceto_FK just followed.
Aceto_FK. I'm surprised that didn't read it. Aceto_ it must have been like 2 capitals in a row or something like that. If you had told me what that username was going to be, I would have guessed that the text-to-speech person would have sworn, but it didn't. So that's kind of cool. What was I going to talk about? Oh, I was talking about the rocket that someone sent me. Is the super chat on YouTube.
At MadeJabBrown3983 tip $5 through Super Chat.
Thanks, Mateo.
On the Beach Talks with Nisha is how you get Sarah's killed with my banana blanket cape video.
That one, that was kind of fun combining those. Yeah, so Sarah sent the kilt, which I still have, obviously. I don't know where I could wear it. I don't know where Banana would ever let me wear it. And then I just happened to have your banana blanket like around my shoulders. And I don't know, I like threw it up there, and I had my cane with me and the banana blanket and the kilt on. And Nisha's like, this is going to make an awesome picture. So we turned that into a picture. It ended up being in a couple different unboxing videos. I feel like those ones did pretty well. The most popular recent one is the one with Jabba the Hutt, because I think it, awesome. Well, first of all, it's an awesome gift, the Jabba the Hutt stretch toy. But in that video, I showcased that I did voice Jabba the Hutt and Optimus Prime. So that one's at like, geez, I don't know. I feel like that one's at like 1.6 or 1.7 million views. And the other one of mine that's over a million right now is the Moana Vaiana one. And I gotta say, like that one being all about voice acting, I get excited. I'm happy when any of my videos go over 1 million views. I feel like that's how many am I at now? I think I've got over 400 videos. Is that right? It was 365, so maybe just shy of 400. I've just shy of 400 of my shorts have gone over 1 million views. But I always get most excited when a voiceover one goes over 1 million, because that's what I do. I'm a voice actor. Like, I feel like that makes me the happiest. I was like, hey, people appreciate the voice acting stuff. And the Vaiana one, I didn't make it clear in the video because I thought it was clear, but I'm talking about who Vaiana is. She was an adult actress in Italy. That was Moana. Moana was an adult actress in Italy, and that's why they changed the name of the movie from Moana to Vaiana. And then I read 3 titles.
Lola Tupors gifted a tier 1 subscription to Surfing Canadian.
There you go, Surfing Canadian. My first surfing follower, and he gets a free subscription from Lola Tupors over on Twitch. Anybody else want to join the cool kids crew? Just, close whatever app you're on, head on over to Twitch. Find at Pete Gustin, and you'll get, shouted out. You might get a free subscription. You just might. We got a very generous lady here. I'm not trying to promise your money, Lola, but you've been relatively consistent with it. So trying to bribe people to come on over. But the 3 video titles that I mentioned in that video were actual titles. One of them was Sticky Lips, and I didn't, everybody's like, oh my God, he said Sticky Lips. That's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, it's because it was one of the videos she did. Like, shh, I didn't make it up. That was one of the actual videos she did. That one's at like 1.3 million views on YouTube right now. JK.
At Remy the Railfin says hello.
Hello, Remy the Railfin. It's 6:08. How did it get to be 6:08 already?
Says, is it family friendly?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Gamer Zero says, do you know how to swim?
Of course. As a surfer, it's kind of like a prerequisite. I mean, if you fall off your surfboard and you don't know how to swim, well,
Latwipa says yes, he knows how to game.
You'd be in bad shape.
Says what's up from Quebec.
What's up in Quebec? Quebec is North America's only fortified city. I know that because I went to Quebec. And I think you're supposed to say, I think Americans say Quebec, but I think if you're from there, you live there, you speak the language, they say Quebec. I believe they say Quebec, the Quebec Nordiques. I was there on New Year's Eve, 2005, and the entire area was it was like coated in ice, like snow and ice. And like I said, as far as I know, it's North America's only fully fortified city. And it was like, I felt like I was in a snow globe. I was like, holy crap. We drove there. The girl I was dating at the time, she drove. You! Oh, no way.
Hype train started.
All right. Last night, let me set my timer here. Set timer for 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
4 minutes and 30
All right.
seconds.
Wait, last night we started the hype train super early. I didn't think we were going to get one tonight. Do I have my hype train? Oh, thud. Let me turn that off while I get that out of the side. Hold on. There we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Hype train microphone activated. It's noisy. What's that one?
Lola Tuples gifted a tier 1 subscription to Yuki_Stano.
There we go. That is how we get the hype train started. And whenever a hype train is going on, I put a soundtrack to it, and then use a voiceover microphone to use a very exaggerated voiceover voice as we try and make our way through the levels of a hype train. If you guys want to do it with me, you just have to interact over on Twitch, contribute some bits, subscribe, follow, maybe just chat. And of course, I put the chat up on the screen, and the thing's being slow and isn't activating, so I'll just keep talking in the voiceover voice while the hype train is rolling on. This microphone is so sensitive that you're supposed to use a popper stopper or speak off to the side of it, otherwise it sounds like and
BC says to enjoy Gorage. Pete has said no to narrating the Bible.
Yeah, that's...
Margarita Mitchell 1829 says I was in Montreal 2004 summer for yoga teacher training.
Ooh, yoga teacher training.
Says Mayo blind husband. Can I call you TBH? Yuki Starno says you're the best.
Thank you. I'm glad to be the best.
You might notice by my last name. I always look for a safe place. Thank you.
Glad you found a safe place.
URL says I can't find you on Twitch.
At Tiger Dragon HX2K tip $9.99 through
thank
Super
you.
Chat.
Appreciate
Have you
it.
heard anything on the new Wolverine game? I'm excited to play it. I'm sorry you can't experience the trailer as easily since you're blind. I'm sorry if that offended you.
I'm not offended. It's funny you did a super chat during the hype train. I appreciate the super chat. I've not heard anything about the Wolverine game, as when news about games comes up, I don't really follow because I can't play games. But I'm glad you're excited about it. Also, I heard people are very excited about the new
Irish Green Spring Green 782 says thanks for the super chat.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. And I'm not in that Grand Theft Auto, which is a bummer.
Acting job was the SpongeBob movie trailer.
Yeah.
Lalatwipa says welcome back, Ricky.
Did it end? Now I want the upbeat one. Where's the upbeat one?
Already rich? Why be asking for more money? No hate though, just a thought that popped up.
It's not really about the money. Like, I don't need the $30.
Lalatwipa says because we are being nice and supportive for him to continue to make content.
It's about
side piece says I follow you on YouTube. Have you
the channels.
Marvel's Daredevil?
The channels appreciate it when you generate revenue because it's not all going to me, just so you know. But if you're generating revenue on Twitch or on YouTube,
says nice tunes.
they thank you.
hold on, I'll answer that one. The money doesn't all go to me. I mean, portions of it do. But like I said, when Twitch sees that you're generating revenue, then they get excited about you, and then they push you out to more people, and then you get more people in the stream, and then you grow your community, and then you can get your message out there more, and all good things happen. So I'm not sitting here, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm sitting here begging for money. I'm just trying to grow the channel and keep doing what we're doing here and have fun and stuff like that. I feel like the hype train's gonna bunk out at channel 1. Do I have another? I have another song.
Side piece says hi there.
Is that person's name Side Piece? Oh, I already just heard that song. No, I don't want that one. Give me an upbeat one again. Did they? Someone said they couldn't find me on Twitch right before I.
8242 says, wait, what is the Twitch channel name?
Pete Gustin. PeteGustin. Pete Gustin on Twitch.
Says, THNX for explanation.
You are welcome.
You are such a Duke voice actor.
Well, yeah, it's my job. It's a living. Happy to have you here.
Says, what is going?
Well, it's a hype train, so I'm just, going along and being hypey about it. It's on Twitch. It was kind of funny timing that we got the big super chat on YouTube while the hype train was going on Twitch. Oh, there's the timer. Timer expired.
Danky Angel 420 says hype train, he breaks out his big voice.
Yeah.
Carl Friendly Side Piece says Admiral Atlapas
Hold on, I gotta turn off.
G3Q says hey, I use Trio.
Oops, there we go. I canceled the music because we only got to the.
Talk 2000 says just hit some Subway for dinner and that was delicious.
Subway, eat fresh.
Says, oh, I see.
There we go. All right, hype train ended. I've always been petrified of that. I've always been nervous about that. People are like, he's sitting there begging for money. I mean, first of all, who is going to turn down money these days? You never know when, my voice acting career could be done in an instant.
Angel 420 says he is a voice actor, Yuki.
I could lose my voice. I could get replaced by a robot. So, when I do these shows and I get an extra $30 on the show, like, hey, maybe I'll need those $30 to pay my mortgage someday. But yeah, it's mostly about when the channels see that you're.
Says friends, please don't keep asking the same question. It's not fair to others in chat.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I get what they're doing.
Gray
I'm not trying to.
9884 says hey.
I'm not trying to counteract it all, but I feel like I'm trying to be a friendly fella tonight, and I get what they're doing. Like when they ask the question and they notice that they get read out sometimes, and then it doesn't get read out, they're like, "Oh no, what if I ask it again? It gets read out." I feel like there's got to be some moderation tool that's like if someone asks the same exact question twice, they get shut off. I'm starting to. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here, but don't worry, I'll keep on all my clothes. I don't want to belabor the point that I was getting at before, but I don't want to be accused of being a money grubber. Like I always feel bad too. Like Lola, I feel bad about this, but
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. It doesn't matter if he's rich or not. That has nothing to do with me being financially irresponsible for the fun of it and see Pete do well on Twitch to create more content for you to enjoy.
And honestly, like there's a 1-to-1 correlation between the fact that Lola, like I didn't start doing them. I mean, I guess the fact that I've been going more regularly doing this is my 7th day in a row. And all the platforms do like regularity. They like regular posting, regular streaming. They like when you make a commitment to their platform, but they also like it when you're generating revenue. So I'm not, I can't ball wash myself 100% and say, boy, oh boy, have I been doing amazing shows this past week. Like, I feel like they've been good. I feel like they've been fun. I feel like it's been growing, but I feel like I can give a large amount of credit to that to Lola, as well as Sarah, who's been doing bits, and Matea, who's been coming over and dropping bits and subscriptions and stuff like that. And that's how you you see these jackass streamers that are just talking politics all day and spreading negativity and spreading hate. And you see them with thousands, tens of thousands, 40,000 people watching at the same exact time. They what I'm doing is pulling people over like one at a time, like people that see me on another platform or see one of my shorts and they're like, oh, I want to check that out. And the only way that I can get past that threshold is when the platform, being Twitch, sees that the stream is becoming popular. People are coming over, 1. 2 is that they're staying for a long time, retention time. And 3 is that it's generating revenue, meaning people donating bits and subscriptions and also watching the commercials, which, by the way, I lowered the commercial rate on Twitch to the lowest possible number that you can, which is 3 minutes per hour.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. I just bought 10k more bits. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Whoa, that's a lot of bits. That's a lot of bits. You're an impressive money chucker there, Lola. I love that you love this channel for so many reasons, and also you've been providing me with like tech support and stuff, and telling me about Nightbot, and it's been good having you here. But yeah, I really hope we can grow this thing. I hope we can get to that threshold where all of a sudden it's like, yay, it takes off, and then we got more people in here. Because I do have fun with it. I have a lot of fun with this. I wouldn't be going. I wouldn't be spending bananas. I wouldn't be spending bananas vacation with you guys if I didn't enjoy it.
The Great One says Lola is awesome.
Lola is awesome. Thank you.
Mothman's one mom just followed.
Oh, Mothman's one mom. Was that from what the F movie was the Mothman from? Was that the Butterfly Effect where they were seeing the Mothman? I can't quite remember, but yeah, come on over. Come on over. Everybody join over on Twitch at Pete Gustin. I'm surprised when people are like, I can't find it. I don't know. I decided at a certain point, I also kind of wanted to start going by I know I'm like Blind Surfer on some platforms and Pete Gustin on others. Somebody's getting a subscription.
Lola Tupors gifted a tier 1 subscription to I Drink Bubbles 111.
I drink bubbles. I mean, I've done that before. I have drank bubbles. I remember on 2 separate occasions when I got buried by waves, just like absolutely buried by monstrous waves. And I came up, I finally broke the surface. I thought I did. And of course, when a huge wave crashes, it creates a bunch of bubbles, foam and stuff. And I came up and I broke the surface and I went, just finally like trying to get some air in my lungs. And all I ended up getting was a whole bunch of bubbles in my lungs. So I have drunk. I drank bubbles. I drunk bubbles? I forget which tense of that you're supposed to use. I spent this whole day setting up a different microphone. Oh, it's over here. Somebody else is getting one.
Lola Tupors gifted a tier 1 subscription to Rick Spanish 5150.
I think that was Rick Spanish or Rick's Spanish, but I think it was Rick Spanish. So congratulations on your subscription. Everybody say thanks to Lola. Everybody say Lola's the best. Lola's amazing. We all love Lola. And then we can sing Lola, L-O-L-A, Lola. Yeah, I spent the whole day setting up a different microphone setup, and I don't know if I'm going to go on a walk tonight, but I can turn it. Let's see if I turn that microphone. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of loud.
5150 says Lola is the best.
Lola is the best.
Lolatwipa says enjoy your emojis.
Oh yeah, enjoy your fun emojis.
Says champagne is the party bubbles.
Champagne is.
Says yes, she is amazing.
That makes sense. I'm waiting to see if anything else is coming in.
Tiny
this is
Gamer Zero
confusing.
says, have you ever been in a rip current?
Yes.
Husband says, I like that microphone. It sounds like a new studio.
It's this microphone right here. This is what I'm talking into. Ooh, that was too loud. So this is the mobile rig. I could get up and walk around with this. The only place I want to go. What's distracting to me is the fact that I decided
I ever realized until today that your sound room is an actual closet.
I mean, it's a walk-in closet.
Says Steve is so sleepy.
Steve, can you guys see Steve?
Normally streams on Tuesday and Wednesday. This week is every day, beginning around 16:30 or 4:30 p.m.
In order to make sure that this microphone is working.
Says what is the name of the Twitch stream? I'm on YouTube but can't find you on Twitch.
At
Rikispanish 5150 says love when you take us with you.
PETEGUSTIN. All right, hold on. There we go. So in order for me to double check to know that I'm actually online, or that camera is working, what I did is I set up a monitor. So I don't know if you can tell this, but I'm listening to myself in a 2-second delay. Let's see if I put. I'm gonna have it. Yeah. Whoa. Sorry. So it's mildly distracting, but at least I know it's working. I know 100% that it's working. I don't know if I want to do the whole go for a walk because this is a lot. It takes a lot to get that up and running. But I'm glad to know that this microphone is working. It sounds like you guys can hear me, which is a plus. Oops, I think I pressed the wrong thing. Let me go back to my regular microphone. Put this up and that microphone up. There we go. So at least I know that worked.
Ronler
just
8242 says
followed.
thanks at Joni BC.
Thank you. I appreciate the follow. You found me. You found
At
me
Joni
over on
BC
Twitch.
says Dronishits. He does turns. At
Uh, y-
Vinny0999 says Steve is so cute. I
Wait,
love him.
isn't Drone Shots Brooks? I feel like Brooks is Drone Shots. And yes, Nisha will
At
tell you.
Dragon HX2K says how would you tell if a movie is good based off hearing it? I just listened to the Avengers Doomsday trailer with my eyes closed and watched it again with them open and it felt so different.
Well, you should listen to it
Tiny
with
Gamer
audio
Zero
description.
says how many hours of sleep do you average?
This
Regard
week,
the Great One says yay another follow.
like 2.
Dankmfangel 420 says behind that surfboard is a bunch of wires lol.
Yeah. There's a
Lalatwipa
lot
says
back
lol
there.
he doesn't get much sleep.
No, not this week. I've just been like what you just experienced over there. What I just did was that was the result of hours of work. Do you want to know the technical stuff? I don't know if you guys want to know the technical stuff. But for the most part, most wireless microphone systems only allow you to have 2 microphones. It's what they're doing is they're splitting the left and right channel. But I found this system
Tiny
that
Gamer Zero says yes.
allows you to have more than 2, because at a certain point I'd like to have me on one, then I'd like to have Brooks on one, and then I would like to take the chat with me, which is I guess I can show you what I did. I have to activate the chat lady on this this phone though. Text lady. All right, so we're going to activate the text lady over there, and once I activate her, I'll show you. So what I did, the stuff that I do is outrageous. This is one of these. This microphone is a wireless microphone. It's a Hollyland Lark Max 2. Hey, thank you.
Elena Phenomena just followed.
Thank you, Elena Phenomena. That's a fun name too. A phenomenal Elena Phenomena. So this microphone is the same as this microphone. However, I had to add a USB to 3.5 adapter, which is on the top of it. The adapter goes through this cord, which is a DAC, digital audio converter. It takes the digital signal through the USB and converts it into analog audio, which goes into this. Oh, sorry. And then this plugs into this is actually the DAC. I was holding the right thing. That's the DAC. It goes USB-C to audio. And so what I do is, so now I got the chat lady running. Skip to current message. Repeat message. And I plug it in. And now if I switch over to that camera again.
Yes, tries. I just came over from YouTube. Twitch is more my speed anyway. Nice to see you.
There we go. So now
says maybe I should just live stream and figure out how to hear the chat like you're doing.
Yeah, I can.
Fiddlin' husband says the knee bone's connected to the hip bone.
And then I can pause it, and then I can hit play, and I can take you guys.
Fiddlin' husband says the knee bone's connected to the hip bone.
So that's the chat that I'm listening. You can see I can play, I can repeat, I could show you the chat if I tap that. So what I did today is I made it possible for me to take you guys on the go and control the volume, because one of these inline cables right here is a volume meter on it. I can turn it up and down and make sure that the chat isn't overpowering me. And then I can also very quickly pause, mute, and repeat the chat. Oops, I'm turning on the text-to-speech.
Web. Chat. Show TTS controls. Button.
Show TTS controls.
Repeat message. Button.
Repeat
The
message.
says the knee bone's connected to the hip bone.
The knee bone's connected to the microphone bone. Of course I do that, and I go through all that, and then you guys aren't chatting anything. Maybe you guys don't like tech talk. Should I go back to more poop talk? Did like a whole hour of toilet talk. Oh, wait.
I drink Bubbles 111 says do you know Braille?
Maybe the chat wasn't actually working.
Cam
What's up with that?
7808 says taking my kid to Chick-fil-A
Hold
so
on.
he will stop whining. Have a good night, y'all. Yuki Starno says
Hold
yes,
on.
please. Lalatwipa says no Bubbles, he doesn't.
Oh, he just ran away. Yeah, this is a. Hold on. Why is it not? Skylar's mad about something. Hold on. Let me turn the voiceover on.
Voiceover on. Web. The other day I asked about ideas for my game, and the candy idea you gave turned out to be way better than it had any right to. We made a chocolate bar monster and the testers loved IT.
That's good.
Show TTS
Oh, because I hit play. I hit pause.
Resume TTS. Button.
Resume
Pause
TTS.
At Joni BC
Dumbass.
says Vinny. He wanted an athletic challenge and figured surfing
There
is
we
something
go.
he might like. He has
Now I
coaches
got it
to surf
working.
with him to keep him relatively safe.
Yeah.
Tiny Gamer Zero says, can we go on a road trip to the fridge? At
Um,
Remiring Tail 7272
I
says that
guess.
quite a setup.
yeah, it's
Reach
a
his finish
lot.
5150 says so cool learning.
The only thing I have to do
Bogart Figure
now
One says LOL. Fridge adventure.
is hook up
Tiny
the
Gamer Zero
wireless
says, yeah, let's see what's on the
microphone.
menu.
Yeah.
I
hold
drink
on, where
Wiggles
is the wireless
111 says,
microphone?
do you know Braille?
Somebody
At
just
Sarah Cam
asked that.
7808 says, taking my kid to Chick-fil-A so he will stop whining. Have a good night, you.
Oh, I'm jealous. I
Yuki
want to go to
Storno says,
Chick-fil-A.
yes, please.
Hold on.
Lalatwipa says, note bubbles, he doesn't know Braille.
Let's
At
see. Is
Alicia
this
for
thing working?
577 says,
That
Steve is
is.
very comfortable.
Ooh, that is
At
working.
Enjoygarage says, did I spell
But
my
it's
name wrong or
quiet.
something because the screen readers are always reading the garage part wrong.
There
At
we go.
Flavoid says, the other day I asked about ideas for my game, and the candy idea you gave turned out to be way better than it had any right to. We
All
made
right.
a chocolate bar monster and the testers loved IT.
I don't think I gave you the
Linda
idea.
Spin
Who
says it
gave you that
wasn't
idea?
working. It was just
I don't
repeating
remember
when
it.
you pressed repeat.
Yeah, I know.
Yuki
I
Starno
had it
says
on
you angered him
pause.
by switching the microphone.
All right.
Adam Brunetti says first subscriber to Blind Guy Cooking. Gamers
I'm not going to
says
cook
big field
anything.
trip.
I
At
feel like I
Lalatwipa
need to
says
turn
later,
that
Sarah.
text up though,
At Remiring
because it
Tail
seems a little quiet.
7272 says I love learning tech stuff even though my
Where's the
level of knowledge is polo polo.
level? It's right
At
here.
Music 4660
No, that's
hello.
down. Let's
At
see.
Project
Say
Shop
something.
2000 says, is there an
There
audio
we go.
navigation app out there that could help with indoor navigations? At
Probably.
Garage says, I want to know how to make my phone read the chat out loud like that.
Well,
Lalatwipa
you just
says, feature
download
chat was
Caster
behind, they
Labs.
aren't repeating.
Hold on.
At Jenny says, I just cleaned my house to your live. Amazing. I just
Let's
finished.
see. I'm
Dank
just trying to
Angel
take you guys on
420
a
says,
little
never
walk.
was a fan of Chick-fil-A
Where's the
LOL.
camera?
Tiny Gamer
Camera's
Zero
right
says, are we
there.
there yet? At Eric
You are in
02
my
says,
head.
Apple Enjoy Garage screen reader accessibility setting in your phone. Lalatwipa
Let's see.
says, I will have to bounce in a few minutes for dinner.
Uh-oh.
Bogart the Great One says, God's chicken
feel
really
like
isn't that good emo.
This thing is attached.
Dank Fangel
some
420 says, I'll cover Lola.
Okay. There we go.
Lalatwipa says, thanks Dank.
Wow.
Dank Fangel
Okay.
420 says, I like KFC.
All right. Hold on. Let's
Rekis
get
Finish
over the gate.
5150 says, also have you on in background, love the content.
I am
Dank
closing
Fangel
the gate so that
420
Steve
says,
doesn't
no
go in there
problem
and
Lola.
steal my
At Alicia for
penguin.
577 says, I use text-to-speech to listen to books while I'm driving.
Wow, I just listened to actual audiobooks. I feel like text-to-speech audiobooks would be like bad. That's
Yuki
like a
Starno
lot of
says
text-to-speech to listen to.
At Joni BC says, Eric Zillow 2. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you
Mattis
for
Gun
that.
says, I need to get
I feel like
food.
all the lights are off down here, right? So
At
it's
Zach
plenty,
Dimma
plenty
says,
dark.
what do you call a fish with no eyes?
No, I don't know.
Kispanish 5150 says, great name Dang.
What do you
At
call a
Joni
fish with
BC
no
says,
eyes?
FSH. Tiny Gamer Zero says, how come you have
oh.
baby gates?
FSH, I get it. Why do I have puppy gates? Because of Steve. Steve would
At
just
Flavoid says, you
break
did
in
get the
everything.
idea. You may have been talking to another person, but you said candy shortly after saying you weren't the best person to ask about it. Honestly, it was pretty dang sweet, pun intended.
Oh, that's good.
At Project Shock 2000 says, well, I guess I'll download
Okay.
that app so that I can get spoken
There we
chats
go.
on my iPhone. Dank
There we
Fangel
go.
420
Is this
says,
thing
thanks
working?
Ricky, it was
Is
an
it
old
following me
nickname of
today?
mine.
Yes, it's following me. Okay.
Lalatwipa says, speaking of audiobooks, I started listening to the Skill
Lolitopause
Conspiracy
just
today. I
cheered
thought I was listening to a
200
commercial when you
bits.
were reading.
Speaking of audiobooks, I started listening to the Skill Conspiracy today. I thought I was listening to a commercial when you were reading off the menu. I had to double check my phone.
At
There you
Blinjoy
go.
says, if I turn my screen reader on,
Uh-oh.
it kills my YouTube.
Okay. I'm back.
Lalatwipa says, lost sound.
Lolitopause just cheered
Tiny Gamer
200
0
says audio.
bits. Lost
At
sound.
Blinjoy Garage says, what was the app you said to use to make it do that, or do I just need to use ChatGPT to make everything work for me, lol. Dank Fangel 420 says, oh no. Tiny Gamer Zero says, all good. Lalatwipa says, back.
Yeah.
7V5Z says, I love your videos.
Sorry.
Rekis
Okay.
Finish 5150 says, we are live.
Yeah.
At Project Job 2000 says,
Okay. Well, that's why. So I made my life complicated by hearing what I'm saying a couple seconds later, but for a change, I was actually able to know that my audio died. I feel like the cable in the back, there's so much going on right here. The tracking tripod, which should be following me as I'm going around. Oh, for God's sake. Why is it not working? Hold on. Come back.
Baggy Shorts 23 just followed.
What's the thermometer's favorite energy drink? At Project Chalk 2000 says Celsius. Bogart the Great One says how tall are those puppy gates? Steve seems like he needs the Great Wall of China to keep him out of the room. At Mr. Unintelligent says hi. At Zach Dimma says what's brown and sticky? At James Gardner PZ3RL says I'm back, I had to go get some ice cream. At Joni BC says you're back. At Asroxka said hi. At Leo47V5Z said hi. Dankmfangel 420 says some dogs won't jump over LOL. Says they're working now. At Jenny says the blind husband is pushing our empty hot tub by himself because I am just a girl. At Man47 says cable disconnects when the tripod turns too much. At Joni BC says mods text him when he loses audio. Tiny Gamer 0 says why are there walls? Blake 13312 says hi. Dankmfangel 420 says LOL Jenny. At Lalatwipa says welcome back James. Dankmfangel 420 says Tiny Gamer honestly I'm giving you a warning. At Michael Hartle C5I2G says hi. Begitter Shorts 23 says hey Pete. Bogart the Great One says my dog is fearless, she's a short weenie dog and she can scale child gates. At Project Chalk 2000 says your audio isn't working again. At Michael Hartle C5I2G says hi. Lalatwipa says welcome in at Begitter Shorts 23. At Snowlord 5000 says hi. Hedonist Julian says hi Pete.
Did that? Yeah, there we go. Wow. Just talk about some ass timing. That wasn't actually a problem with my mobile rig.
Hedonist Julian says wow.
The mobile rig was working.
Dankmfangel 420 says my dog's
yeah, it was one of those times.
The gates lol. Angel 3 says
hold on, I'm
Steve
back.
Looks chill. At James Gardner PZ3RL says we can't
hold on. I'll explain everything. The timing, can you imagine, can you believe the timing of that? So that whole mobile rig that I spent the entire day working on was working fine. Everything was working fine. Working totally fine. What died was that mixing board over there. I think I sat on the lights. The mixing board that runs this whole system, that happened to crap out at the exact moment I went downstairs. Like, what kind of ridiculous timing is that? Like, I bet you if I switch over to that mobile camera, I bet you it's working. Let me, it's just going to be pointed at the wall, but you'll be able to hear me.
Adventure technical difficulties with microphone. Dankmfangel 420 says blind.
Yeah.
Streamlabs says Pete was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called Stargardt's disease at the age of 8. He lost his vision slowly over time, considering himself legally blind until his late 30s when the disease had finished destroying most of his central vision, leaving him with just light.
I'll troubleshoot that later. But as far as I can tell, the mobile rig worked, and I just happened to run into a bit of bad luck right there. I think the lights are off, so if I press that button, and then I'm going to reclaim my telephone. Yeah, because if this thing was working, I wonder if, oh no, oh good. I was like, this whole thing is mixed up with my, so is the light on this one? Or did this thing actually die? Don't tell me that there's tape on the bottom of this one too. Hold on, you guys have to tell me. Is the light, is the microphone light on? Hold on, I'm still confused about that.
Shorts 23 says I meant Kane too.
Lola Topors just cheered 200 bits. It's blinking red.
Why would it be blinking red? Why would it be blinking red? All right, well, you know what? I tried, and it didn't go the way I wanted. But now I know. This is the second time I've tried to use these. Fancy microphones, and the second time they failed me. I think I'll go back to the ones I used to use, but they only give me 2 microphones at once. Anyway, another failed tech night.
There's a red light. Lalatwipa says welcome in at Shirt OGK. Dankmfangel 420 says
Marshmallow.
Bagheera Shorts 23 says random question. What
Yeah,
gadget
now
do
I
you
do.
use? Hedonist Julian
I'm
says
trying.
you have
Well,
a
am
light
I chill?
facing
I
you.
feel like I'm
Turn it
panic.
on.
Feel like I'm
Sherlock
panicking
says
about
don't
my
the sky is chill.
tech issues right now.
Lalatwipa says he
But
uses marshmallow
you
chip.
know, what would an evening be without tech issues? Rip the technology.
At
Rest
Korea
in peace, you
5052
crappy
says
tech.
rip. At Joni BC says
Nope.
Blinjoigerage. Email Pete at theblinsurfershow@yahoo.com.
The Blind
Or maybe
Surfer
it's
Show at
theblinsurfer@yahoo.com.
yahoo.com.
And ask him specific
see
questions
here.
you have about text to speech.
I
Bagheera
mean, I
Shorts
wish
23 says Hedonist Julian says
at
got
this
to get the
point,
hiccups
I wish
out.
the hiccups were out.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says where are you getting ice
I
cream?
don't know. You tell
At
me.
Project Chalk 2000 says read me this. What has 2 words but thousands of letters?
Good God. I feel like I've said that a million
At
times.
Blinjoigerage
Castor
says holy
Labs.
moly I'm very sorry. What
Castor
was the app
Labs
that reads the chat
caffeinated.
for you?
It's very easy to find. You just kind of, search it on Google. It is not a hidden app. You can Google it. And the person that wrote it is really responsive to any issues that you might have. You can Google Castor Labs caffeinated. Bye, Lola. Because I woke up late this morning. I haven't even done my workout yet. So,
bye, Lola.
Bye, Lola.
Mattis
Everybody's saying
Brun
bye,
says, "Have a
Lola.
good dinner,
Maybe you should
Lola."
say bye, Pete, because now I feel like I got to go troubleshoot some
Agreed one
tech
says
crap
bye, Lola.
again. I was thinking if I wake up tomorrow morning, I might. Whoa. Thanks, I'm Guy.
And Baduzafo tipped $5 through Super Chat. Hey Pete, I got your email, just sent a response. Thanks for getting back to me. Keep being that hero we all need. God bless you.
He's being really nice, but I gave him an email response that he probably wasn't looking for. I'm trying to figure out a way to. He's working on an app that is going to be helping out veterans big time. And I have noticed in the past when I skate outside my lane, when I do something that the social media or my audience doesn't expect, that it just confuses everybody and they get weird about it. I feel like social media and your audience kind of likes it when, like, if I do like low vision tech or blind stuff, like that's good. But what he's trying to do is help out veterans who, God, do they need the help. So I signed up to be a beta tester of his website. And once I can check it out, I will at the very least start mentioning it when it is appropriate, but I'm not sure what else I can do. But thank you very much for the support, Badu Safo. I appreciate it. And I think that I am probably going to get out of here. I was just talking about that maybe I might do a morning show tomorrow. I don't want to commit to that because I'm definitely going to be doing my 4:30 show tomorrow afternoon. What time is it now?
6:40 p.m.
Nothing. It's just the algorithm when I've tried to switch lanes before. The YouTube algorithm is so annoying. Like if I do something and the AI catches, blind or surfing, then it feeds it. But the moment you try to do something else, like I had tried to help someone else with animal rescue, it literally confused the algorithm. The video only got 4,000 views. And then it took another 3 days of me going back to blind and surfing and voiceover related content that it started to resync to what especially YouTube really likes you to skate your lane. And that's why, I kind of always wished that I'd been like a radio host. Like radio audiences are people and they get to make their own choices and they listen and they go, oh, this is what I'm into. And I'm going to keep being into it no matter if they change topics. But when the moment you change a topic on social media, it has a damn heart attack. I have a very hard time with the algorithm and trying to please the robots. It drives me mildly insane because I would like to try and please people. I would like to do a show and I'd like to make pieces that please people. But the way that the world is right now is you're supposed to please the stupid algorithm. So it's hard for me to bring up other topics because literally the algorithm will start trying to analyze, like, what is this topic? Why are you talking about it?
HopeDude909 just followed.
Thanks, HopeDude909. I appreciate that. And then it tries to figure out, like, how do we serve you now that you're talking about something else? So it's very difficult. Hey, there you
Hedonist Julian just subscribed with Prime.
Thanks, Hedonist Julian. I appreciate that. It's very hard to just throw out other stuff in the world of social media. I've particularly had a hard time with it, but I will do what I can when I can, especially when the site is fully up and running. Yeah, well, yeah.
At Blinjoigerage says you kind of have an ADHD topic focus. At Terminate1 says just realized club elections are popularity contests.
Rough.
I lost club.
I was class president for 3 years, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Does that mean I was popular? Ah.
Hogduda909 says
Yo, 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 I'm doing pretty good today.
At Big
And
1348
I'm a
says
little,
yo
a
yo
little
yo how you
flubber.
doing
I
today?
feel like I keep ending the shows. I knew I shouldn't have tried to get up and walk away with my on-the-go technology. Hi, what's going on? Although it was definitely an
At
issue
Emily
with the
Dream says
stupid
said
mixing
hi.
board dying on me. So at least I can go to my grave knowing it wasn't 100% my fault. But let's see, what time is it? Hi.
6:43 p.m. 6:43 p.m.
Hold on.
At Emily Dream says hi.
6:43.
So glad I made it.
Yeah?
I was at band camp all day. Bagheer Shorts 23 says, hey Pete, what's it like
Jobs
actually
in radio
working
are
in radio
becoming
because I'm in my school radio club hoping to get a job at my
few
local
and far
radio
between these days. Radio is a shrinking industry, not dying, but shrinking. And some of the best years of my life were working in radio, and you got a whole team. You know, here it's just me and Steve and Petey the Penguin over there, but you got a producer and a production person, you got hosts, and you got call screeners. It's a lot of fun. Like I had most of my fun in my career was spent at radio stations, but it is very difficult to find the jobs these days. And then you're competing with a bunch of other people for the same job, and everybody's kind of like, it's like a reverse market. Like, I'll do it for less. No, I'll do it for less. No, I'll do it for less.
At Timmy 85,476
I love radio
says
shows
hello
too.
there.
I tried turning this into like I was doing this
says, I
like a
love
radio
radio
show
shows.
for a while. But again, algorithms don't play well when you try and change topics too often. You know what the topic of this show is?
Dankmfangel 420 says head and I love The
I
Simpsons too.
mean, you never go wrong going in law. You know, the topic of this show is the fact that there's no topic. It's a show about nothing. And literally, I have had conversations with the YouTube people, and they're like, now the thing likes the fact that you respond to questions. So that's what this show is. And I like it. I mean, I like it. It does. Someone just said I seem like I'm an ADD person, which generally I'm not. But the fact that I've got 8,000 comments coming at me per minute and I'm trying to respond to them all, it does make me seem a little crazy. But it seems to be working. I think some people like the show. I mean, is there ever too many lawyers?
Says law was oversaturated when I was a teen.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time
Yuki
to
Starno
go.
says good night, everyone.
Do.
At Timmy 85,476
Yeah, no, getting
says
poop
pie.
out of things. Other way around.
Hedonist Julian says I thought it was about getting things out of poop. Bagart the Great One says I had a journalism teacher that did radio. He said
that's
it was
what I'm
a lot
doing
of talking
though.
to a blank
That's
wall,
100% what I'm doing.
Is that true? At Super
Yeah,
Tails 1000
welcome home from band camp. I mean, yeah, I'm talking to nothing in front of me, so it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, I think I do have some stuff I got to get to tonight. I didn't do my workout in the morning. Steve apparently ripped a curtain rod out of the wall in the next room over. I got to figure out how to put that back up, and I do have that audition for a big network that I got to get to. So I hate going. I always feel crappy going out on the fact that I had a tech issue there right at the end. I'm going to troubleshoot that thing, and then I'll go do my workout. But
420 says, and at one time at band camp.
Yeah, and this is also a show about nothing. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Seinfeld said it was a show about nothing.
There we go.
Jenny says,
all right, everybody. If I'm feeling
says,
particularly spunky in the morning, yeah.
At Emily Dream says, I love all of your surfing videos. They're so interesting.
My surfing
to listen
videos
to.
are getting like 0 views
At
these
Emma
days.
Shippert Bell 9730
Thank you. I will
says,
head to that
Jenny.
momentarily. Bye. Thanks, everybody.
One says, good luck with your audition.
Thanks, ABC Jenny. I'll either talk to you guys
says,
early in the morning or at 4:30
Jenny
tomorrow.
Says, good night.
Night night.
Stealing Drag 0N says good night. Dankmfangel 420 says night, everyone. At Savannah Harris 1517 says, do you have dreads? At Jenny says